less than expected last month. Inflation fell to 2% in January compared with a year ago, down from 2.7% in December. A second U.S. aircraft carrier is being sent to the Middle East as tensions with Iran run high.
The USS Gerald R. Ford has been ordered to sail from the Caribbean Sea to the Mideast. It's the world's largest aircraft carrier, and its deployment comes as President Trump considers whether to take possible military action against Iran. The Pentagon has been sending warships to the region as the White House increases pressure on Iran to make a deal over its nuclear program. Greg Clugston, Washington.
More than a person of interest, that masked and armed man captured on video on Nancy Guthrie's front porch is now considered a suspect in the 84-year-old's disappearance. Members of the public being urged to provide any tips could prove useful in the ongoing investigation. A crew of 4 is headed to the International Space Station.
3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Dragon, and Godspeed Crew 12.
The U.S., French, and Russian astronauts are replacing the astronauts who cut their mission short last month in NASA's first medical evacuation. The new cruise mission is expected to last 8 to 9 months. They should be arriving at the orbiting lab on Saturday. I'm Donna Warder.
TSA employees will not get paid. FEMA will be affected as well when a partial government shutdown hits at midnight. Congress has failed to agree on a funding package for the Department of Homeland Security. The Dow futures are down 10 points. NASDAQ futures off 1 point. More on these stories, townhall.com.
You know, it's tough to know who to trust with your health. There's always some new miracle supplement out there, another influencer telling you this is the answer. 25 years ago, a friend of mine, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, saw the nutritional value in our food decline. He created something called Texas Superfood, not for fame or social media buzz, but to genuinely help people get the nutrition they need. 55 vine-ripened fruits and vegetables, specifically selected for maximum nutritional value, plus enzymes and probiotics, all in one simple solution. Customers really feel the difference in about 7 days. More energy all day long, mental clarity instead of brain fog, better sleep, just feeling better about their health and their life. Over 1 million bottles sold, not because of fancy marketing, but because real results create loyal customers. Mix the powder in your morning smoothie or take capsules on the go. Go to TexasSuperfood.com. Use the discount code MikeG to get 35% off your first order. Plus, there's a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That's TexasSuperfood.com. Discount code MikeG.
The latest friction between North and South Korea has to do with drone flights from the south into the north. Flights by private operators not sanctioned by Seoul, which condemns the flights and is apologizing.
North Korean leader's powerful sister, Kim Yo-jong, said she appreciated South Korea's words, but she demanded further action to prevent a repeat intrusion. Last month, South Korea launched a police investigation into the drone incident. They raided the civilian suspect's home and office, as well as the spy agency and the military intelligence unit. So far, Seoul has denied any official involvement. The previous government in Seoul had used drones to drop leaflets over North Korea, but the new government has been trying to mend its relationship with Pyongyang.
That's the BBC's Jake Kwan. A who's who of international diplomacy, Secretary of State Rubio among those attending the Munich Security Conference. Townhall.com. Apple's lockdown mode is coming under scrutiny after it blocked the feds from accessing a reporter's phone.
The FBI couldn't extract data from Washington Post reporter Hannah Nathanson's phone, which was in lockdown mode. This feature is designed for individuals at risk of sophisticated cyber attacks. It's available on newer Apple operating systems and limits app and website access to protect against spyware. Users must enable it on each device separately. Experts say passcodes are safer than biometrics, as law enforcement can compel biometric access. Keith Peters, Washington.
President Trump says he has a campaign war chest that exceeds $1.5 billion, an unprecedented sum for a lame duck president. Mr. Trump claims to have raked in that amount of money between Election Day 2024 and last August. Funds could play a big role in the upcoming midterm elections. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. Woohoo! Possibly a rainy Friday.
Possibly a rainy Friday. Happy Valentine's Eve.
It is. Happy Valentine's Eve.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah.
To all my Triskaidekaphobics out there.
There's just a whole bevy of things today.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
You a superstitious type?
Not normally. However, I will tell you, I remember the worst car accident I got into was Friday, February 13th, 1990.
Wow, well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. And so I remember that distinctly. It was that date, and I was 17 years old.
When I was 17, it was a very good year.
And it was raining, and a guy in front of me stopped short to turn a liquor store, and I plowed into the back. I ended up going to the hospital and bruised some ribs and all that. But yeah, it wasn't like life-threatening or anything. But yeah, it was probably the scariest car accident I ever got in. Even since then, I think.
And I mean, it had to at least cross your mind. You're like, it is Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, Friday 13th. This is all. And yeah, for years after that Friday 13th, I was a little more on my P's and Q's. So
yeah, just making sure that everything was good. You turned into the main character from the first Final Destination movie.
Yeah,
you're just going around making sure everything is your sharp points. Ooh, that's you almost got me.
Right, I'm like the drummer from the new Spinal Tap movie. Or have you watched it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It is so good. Which is why it was so funny because several weeks ago, and I mentioned this on here on the air, my kid's mom texted me and said the drummer for the Foo Fighters was injured in a bizarre gardening accident. He said people are going nuts about Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I see a trend there.
Yeah. Just, hey, even when you watch what you eat, it can still get you.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest, there is a sect population of people that swear the first Spinal Tap movie was kind of the downfall of hair metal music. Really? Like, I mean, grunge and all that did that, but
sure.
But when Spinal Tap came out, and how people saw how ridiculous it was, but at the same time, eerily accurate.
Right.
That's when metal guys started to kind of like, all right, maybe we ought to lay off.
I think that I would agree with you there, but also I think the absurdity of glam rock finally just got to like us collectively as a nation.
Right.
Like at some point, some guy's just like in a mirror, putting his eyeliner on, going, "What am I doing?
Right.
So what am I doing? I mean, come on."
Right.
And then that beget grunge, which was the complete 180, which is we're taking time to put eyeliner on versus I don't even take time to shower.
That's right. So much flannel in that time period.
You know what though? I will say is a look that I sort of miss from that generation that I almost want to try to bring back if I could, is long sleeve shirts and or hoodies tied around your waist.
Yeah, that was
specifically flannel hoodies tied around the waist.
Yeah.
Like it's a trend from the 90s that dudes could totally pull off, but now it's very much a soccer mom thing. Like if you're a mom picking up kids from school, you're probably going to take that long sleeve shirt off and tie it around the waist by midday.
To complete the look, you need to have the sweatshirt, whatever, hoodie tied around the waist.
Right.
But you got to have the kind of baggy light blue acid wash jeans with the brown leather belt that dangled a little bit in the front.
Had the hang.
It was like a weave kind of belt. Yeah.
Yep. You got to have that belt with the hang. And then the other thing is...
And then some kind of band T-shirt.
Long sleeve shirts under short sleeve shirts.
Yes. That's the winter look.
That was the other look, yeah.
But in the summer, then
No, that was all year.
Yeah. But like when it was really hot, then you went with a T-shirt of
a Black Flag or something.
The Ramones.
Yeah.
A shirt like that.
Well, see, even if you were doing grunge right, even wearing like a Ramones shirt was too like on brand.
But so even that was like your McDonald's version.
I'm saying yeah, exactly. I'm saying like they would probably be rocking like a Minor Distortion shirt.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to think of the most obscure band I could think of.
Rancid.
Rancid was a good one, yeah. In fairness, Rancid had some good merch.
Yeah. Their songs sounded, every one of them sounded exactly the same to me.
This coming from a Metallica fan.
No, not even close.
It's like, don't you dare.
No, that's a 4-letter word you just said there.
I mean, I'm not saying they all sound the same. I'm just saying you can... When you hear a Metallica song, you know what you're hearing.
They have a signature sound,
yeah,
but their songs do not sound the same. They go from uber slow.
One could argue that's semantics, sir.
But I'm just saying they could literally do a thrash metal song that's 157 beats per minute, and then go from there to something very orchestral and melodic.
Right. So now I agree with you 100%. They do have range.
Yeah.
You bear in mind, I'm an AJR fan.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of.
I'm just saying, Rancid. It's pretty much, Offspring. Pretty much every Offspring, except for Pretty Fly for a White Guy, pretty much sounds the same to me.
You know what's funny is, and I've sort of noticed it's kind of making a comeback.
Yeah.
Is ska.
Is it?
Ska is sort of like, I'm noticing a lot more melodic punk music.
Okay.
Like music, like punk style music, but with a lot more like trumpet inclusion.
Okay.
So, or like trombone inclusion.
Right.
And to me, that screams ska. I mean, ska in itself is a whole style, a lot more black and white checkerboard than I think most people are ready for.
Horns are my dead giveaway for ska. If you got horns in your band, you're a ska band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you got a trombone or a trumpet, yeah, you're and a rock guitar, yeah, you're a ska band, man.
It's just, I think that we've...
Or if you have bagpipes.
Now, hold on. If you have bagpipes, you could also be...
Celtic.
Well, I was going to say Boston punk.
Yeah.
I mean...
Which is kind of in ska adjacent.
Yeah. Yes, except for Boston... Yeah, I would say that the Boston scene was a lot more violent.
Well, it's angrier. Yeah,
it's a lot angrier.
I mean, their munchkins are a little madder, but yeah, they
and probably a little drunker.
Yeah, well,
let's be honest.
I've seen some ska that you have to be straight up blitz to be doing what they're doing.
Yeah, here's the thing for me is, and it's weird because ska, like the ska that I have experience in, is mostly Christian ska.
Okay. I
grew up on OC Supertones, 5 Iron Frenzy.
Oh, see, I got Van Warped Tour ska.
Yeah.
And so it's Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Right.
It's,
Real Big Fish.
Yeah. Less Than Jake.
Yeah.
These bands. And those folks generally they wore Doc Marten boots. The women always wore plaid skirts.
Right.
The guys, some kind of weird plaid pant or something.
It was usually either like a plaid pant or like a khaki.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much. And their dancing literally consists of putting their arms out at their sides and doing this in circles,
it's the
like
Lollipop Guild dance.
Yeah, it's like,
and I loved it because it was the dance I could do.
Yeah, and they did that
as an uncoordinated white boy, I was like, I can ska.
Yeah, it was odd for me, man. I'm here for Suicidal Tendencies. I'm not here for these guys. You know what I mean?
It's funny how when you go to like a festival, you flex. You're like, well, I don't care for this kind of music.
Yeah.
I'm here for my kind of music. You're still here though.
Yeah, but the Warped Tour was pretty eclectic.
Yeah, very much.
I saw Eminem.
That's the thing is, I remember the year that I went. Boy, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
The year that I went, they had a whole separate stage of just hip hop artists.
Yeah, like Ice-T was at the
Ice-T was being served.
Yeah, and because he did Cop Killer. I've seen Ice-T do Cop Killer live.
Nice.
Cross that off the bucket list.
There you go.
You know, but I remember Eminem getting booed off the stage because it was right before he blew up. Mm-hmm. He wasn't famous yet, and they saw this white guy rap it, and they literally booed him off the stage. And then 6 months later, he was a household name. But I saw like. I liked going to the side stages and seeing bands that never quite made it, like Orange 9mm.
Atticus. There was a lot of like side. There was a record label that, and this was like right at the start of when I was working for the metal station Mix 106. So I was hungry for demos.
Yeah.
And you'd get a hold of like this one. It was like the logo was like a bulldog. I remember that. I think the album was called Atticus or Atticus 2 or something like that. And it was just a compilation of a bunch of different like heavier music. And I threw several of those into the rotation at the Mix, Yeah. Just off of those random CDs I would pick up.
Oh yeah.
You'd find some and the ones that actually like end up making something of themselves down the road,
Yeah. You find a few in
like
there.
Five Finger and stuff like that,
Right. Well, that's kind of like some of those bands I went to at Warped Tour, like that band Orange 9mm. They never made it big, but they got a song on one of those soundtracks, like The Crow or Gone in 60 Seconds, or one of those ones that were kind of a big soundtrack for that era. I don't remember which one. And that's how I remember finding them and thinking, oh, okay. They got this song called Fire in a Hole. Pretty cool. And then I saw them live, and I've never seen them again, heard of them again, or heard another one of their songs ever again. But I enjoyed that concert. And I remember just getting... And that was half the fun, too, was you get a swag bag, and you literally collect every band sticker, demo tape. I literally got home, and I wish I kept some of that stuff.
I'm bound to have one of those
I
somewhere.
had demo tapes from bands. I'd really like to go through and see just some of the bands that went. I mean, from anything from Pennywise to stuff you never heard of,
Like Goldfinger and stuff like that.
It was
I'd have
crazy.
to look it up, but the lineup on that one specific album. But yeah, that was always the best part of those festivals is the side stage.
Yeah, I used to really enjoy that. And to be honest, by the time the headliners came on, and the year I went, it was Suicidal Tendencies and Blink 182. It's like 800 degrees. You're hot and tired, and you're kind of like at that point of the day.
Water's $4 a bottle.
At that time of the day, I'm just like, dude, I'm tired. I'm ready. I'll find a tree and fall asleep listening to the concert.
Right.
I'm just tired.
I actually just found it. I just found that album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Atticus 2, and it's called Dragging the Lake 2, and it was just a bunch of, we're talking like Finch, Dropkick Murphys, Blink 182, Slick Shoes, Dillinger 4. Suicide Machines, Lagwagon. Remember Lagwagon? Oh my God, I haven't heard E-Dagger in so long. I'm going to go look that song up right now. Boxcar Racer, which was the side project of Blink 182.
Yeah, I remember that.
Taking Back Sunday.
I remember that.
Mighty Mighty Boss Toads, Matchbook Romance. Yeah, this was a great album. That was a good album.
That's like 1997 revisited.
Yeah, buddy.
That's our guest star here. Our guest are here? Cool, sweet, very good. All right, well, let me give you a rundown for today's show.
Indeed.
This morning, here this hour, we're going to have the folks from the Salvation Army. I believe Captain Mike Evans is here with us. Of course, tomorrow is their monthly Saturday breakfast.
It's late this year. Because, I mean, the month started on a Sunday, so
Right.
everything got thrown off. So it's the latest it could possibly be.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a Valentine's breakfast.
It is true. You could double dip. So you could, take your date to Salvation Army breakfast, all you can eat, $10.
Yeah.
And then whatever your other plans were for the day. So
look at that. You just doubled Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You go, Casanova.
I'm going to be eating good on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I got Salvation Army breakfast Saturday morning. And then for Valentine's Day, we ordered ourselves a seafood boil.
Oh, yeah.
And so we got this deal. We got crab clusters and shrimp and oysters and crawdads and mussels and all kind of stuff. So we're going to be doing that for Valentine's dinner.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know I live in New Mexico, and it could be scary territory we're getting into here, but we'll see.
Scary tory.
Yeah. But we're going to give it a dance.
Yeah, that's right.
And have it. So, yeah. So my plans are set.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. So we're going to do that here in just a few minutes. Folks from the Chaves County Sheriff's Office scheduled to join us in the 8 o'clock hour. However, I must admit, I forgot to remind everybody, so we may be replaying something there. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll have folks from the Roswell Public Library join us, give us an update on things happening there at the library. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a gander at your weather, which today, it's like a 50, it used to be like a 70%. Now it's down to a 50%, but we got a good chance of rain today, tonight, and a little bit tomorrow, too. But here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some showers and even a few thunderstorms are possible today. We have that big low pressure system heading through. Upper 60s on the afternoon high. Pretty good chance of showers overnight, at least until about midnight. Then we should clear up a little bit. We'll be in the low 40s, back to sunshine and breezy on Saturday with mid 60s. Our Sunday looks good, sunny and 70. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 44 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 79%. Winds currently out of the north at 8 miles per hour. Yeah, we're looking at a 50% chance of showers, mainly after 2 p.m. today. Skies will be cloudy for the day. Warm, though. Expect highs near 70. Winds will be out of the, this is light and variable, out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. They say our accumulation amounts as far as moisture goes, they're saying less than a tenth of an inch possible. So not a whole lot, it doesn't sound like. Tonight we are looking at a 30% chance of showers, mainly before 8 p.m. Cloudy during the early evening and gradually clearing as the evening progresses. Expect an overnight low of 41 with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, we are looking at sunny skies, a high of 67 tomorrow, but the winds are going to be breezy out of the west early, 10 to 15 miles per hour as the day progresses, increasing out of the northwest, 20 to 25. Could see wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour tomorrow as well. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, overnight low of 35. Winds much calmer out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies, 70 for a high. Winds out of the south at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. For President's Day on Monday, increasing clouds, but a high of 78. So it's going to be pushing 80 on Monday. And then 76 on Tuesday and breezy. So it looks like we're going to start the week off pretty warm, at least there. So we'll see. All right, it is 7:23. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Real quick before we do want to remind you, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and this is your last chance. The fine folks at Dairy Queen on North Main and Roswell have got you covered with their Cupid cakes. Delicious and delectable Dairy Queen treats, perfectly sliced for two. And they're priced just right at a sweet $16.99. You can choose between a chocolate-dipped strawberry Cupid cake, a red velvet Cupid cake, or you can customize your cake with any of DQ's Blizzard flavors. It's the perfect treat for two to show your sweetheart just how special you really are. Come on down to the North Main Dairy Queen and order your Cupid cake today, 1900 North Main. Like I said, you got to, if you want to pre-order, you got to get her done today because Valentine's Day is tomorrow. But I think they do usually have the free pre-made cakes and stuff if you do get in there on the last minute. But I'm telling you, big hit, Valentine's Day Cupid cake from Dairy Queen. That's the perfect Valentine's Day gift, in my opinion. Just saying. All right, it is 7:24. Quick break, and then we'll talk with Captain Mike Evans from the Salvation Army. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Accelerate your expectations at Roswell Nissan with double your down payment, up to $2,000 towards your next vehicle. Get 0% APR for 60 months on all 25 Muranos and 26 Rogues and Muranos. How about $3,000 bonus cash on all 25 Altimas? And with double your down payment on the pre-owned lot, you'll save like never before. And in service, take 15% off parts sold at counter. Accelerate your expectations all month long at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a sorry recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Get ready, Artesia. On Friday, February 20th at 6 p.m., the Artesia Arts Council presents Josh Farley, Magic Across America. Award-winning illusionist Josh Farley, seen on Penn and Teller, Fool Us, Masters of Illusion Live, and Celebrities of Magic, is bringing his fast-paced, laugh-out-loud, mind-blowing show to 310 West Main Street. Expect impossible illusions, sharp comedy, and non-stop audience interaction that feels personal, surprising, and wildly fun. Want the ultimate night? Arrive early for VIP access. Meet Josh. Enjoy close-up magic. Get a signed poster and secure front row seats. Tickets are moving fast. Don't miss your chance to be part of the Magic Across America tour right here in Artesia.
Jesus gives the following instructions. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, don't withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, don't demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Jesus is calling us to do the opposite of our natural tendencies. He calls us to be different, to stand out for good, to be light and not darkness. He calls us to lead by being servants. As you go through this week, practice putting someone else's needs ahead of your own. Pray for someone who's hurt you. Don't retaliate when someone offends you. See what difference it makes in your heart. You may be surprised by the outcome. You may not, but whatever happens, you'll be following the teachings of Jesus, and that's always the right choice to make.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 28 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Salvation Army, Captain Mike Evans back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'll let you know as soon as I wake up.
There you go. Get the coffee cup number 3 in. Or
No, it's such a rush this morning. I didn't even get the first one yet.
Yeah, well, hopefully after this you got a little time to gulp down a pot. First off, just wanted to say thank you and everything for all that the Salvation Army did over the last month or so here when we hit with the frozen temperatures and the things. I know during that time you opened up the doors to the Salvation Army facility. It's not really a shelter, facility, to house as many homeless folks and people that get them out of the cold as possible there, and we're able to keep them warm and safe for at least that week or so. We were dealing with all those freezing temperatures, and for folks that don't know, that building's not really equipped to handle that kind of stuff. It's not, it doesn't have full bathroom showers, and it's all the stuff that people need to live. It keeps people warm, but so it was really cool that you guys were able to do that, and we need something bigger, more permanent for this community for like that. But when you got to make lemonade with lemons sometimes, and that's exactly what kind of happened on this one. So.
Yeah, and well, we ended up being able to sweeten the lemonade with some of a lot of the donations that people in the community came out. We had bunch of snacks. They didn't go hungry while they're there. There was all kinds of snacks out there all the time. Cup of soups. People donated a lot of cup of soups, which that helped out a lot because we had a lot, like the sheriffs and the police and the city employees were driving around all night. And when they would find somebody wandering around or somebody freezing,
they bring them by.
They would, pick them up and bring them over.
And cup of soup's probably the quickest, fastest way to get hot beverage / soup into them, some food, some start warming them up quick, And I ain't gonna lie, when I'm cold like that, I gotta be honest, cocoa, tea. You give me that cup of soup and throw it in there and stick my face in that for a minute, I feel 10 times better. I honestly, I swear by that stuff. I do. I don't eat it often
from the inside out.
Yeah, because it's not, it's full of sodium and there's other dietary issues I have. I shouldn't eat those very often, but when it's those situations, when it's cold, those cup of soups are probably some of the best ones. Now, I probably don't follow the directions. I heat the water hotter than I'm supposed to, but
that's how you cook it faster.
That's right. But that's great that the community did step up and were able to do that. Now, that being said, if you want to keep stepping up, but you get a reward this time, the second Saturday of the month is tomorrow.
Yep.
And that is the Salvation Army's all-you-can-eat breakfast Saturday. And from 7 to 11, that second Saturday every morning, we invite folks to come on down to the Salvation Army facility and enjoy a all-you-can-eat breakfast, cook-to-order eggs, homemade, biscuits, gravy. You and your wife usually will do a special dish each and every month.
Yeah, she's doing chardo beans again.
All right.
Those
were awesome last month. Yeah.
We even got heart-shaped pancake molds.
Ooh, okay.
So the pancakes tomorrow will be coming out in heart-shaped molds. And
all right.
And
get your sweetheart pancakes.
It's Valentine's Day.
So. Yeah, well, sweetheart pancakes.
Yeah.
There you go. But they do an amazing. I defy you to find a better breakfast for $10 in town on Saturday here.
Not only that, it doesn't go into anybody's pockets. It goes straight to buying the food to feed the homeless.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what that money goes. Thank you to some, again, generous supporters that help cover the cost of a lot of the food and things, so you can charge just $10 for a breakfast here. That allows all that money to really go back to the program and not have to, pay for things like the breakfast. So it really does work.
Crumlin, Pioneer Bank, Walmart, Jersey Mike's, all of them have stepped up and helped provide the food, the materials, so we can make these breakfasts and feed everybody and make the money to be able to feed the homeless every week.
Absolutely, and it really, this money actually, like you said, goes directly to that, and actually. The chefs and all that, the guys that are cooking you meals, they're the same ones that are bringing food out to the folks at the man camps and things like that. Where this money goes back to. It's kind of neat how the guys cooking your omelets and things on Saturday are also he's in there in the man camps helping and finding hunger solutions for these folks too. Yeah. It's really a neat thing. So I really hope, if you've never been before. It's been kind of growing. Word's getting out. I know there is a regular, I notice, like depending on, and I'm sure you see it, like depending on the time of day, you're like, oh, here's my 7 o'clock crew, my 8 o'clock, you know what I mean? And I'm usually around the 9 o'clock crew, and I kind of see some familiar faces. There's actually some of our friends from years ago that usually happen to be around there at the same time, and then our work folks usually roll in about that time. So, yeah, there's definitely...
Yeah, each hour seems like a different crew comes in.
Yeah, but and that's the great part about it is if you're an early bird, they start at 7 a.m. You could be right there where the doors open 7, but...
And there's quite a few who are.
I imagine. And then, but if you're more into Saturday sleeping in a little bit, you can roll in at, 9:30, 10 o'clock and still get into the Eastern... Well, 11:30 even for that matter. But
and there'll still be plenty of food because even though it keeps growing and growing... There's been, every month it seems like I got to run up to Sam's Club and get more food.
This is a good thing to have. I'm glad to, but it's pretty. It's really a well done deal, and I'm just glad that it's working here. And I hope people come and have a great home cooked breakfast on Saturday, and the great part is it all goes back to the community. So That's tomorrow. Mark it on. Just
tomorrow.
mark it on your calendar. Second Saturday of every month is that. Just put in your calendars, put in your phones. That way you'll get the reminder the Friday before and make sure you're there for breakfast.
And actually, tomorrow we have another big special event going on.
Okay. I know there's also an event on Sunday too there as well with the wagon.
Yes.
The wellness wagon. Yeah.
Well, tomorrow we have, and you know, my wife, she scours the internet all the time. She's one of them people.
Uh-huh.
And excuse me. She noticed that a lot of people always want to get married on Valentine's Day.
It is a popular thing to do, yeah.
I hear, like, at the courthouse, usually on Valentine's Day, there's like 28 couples lined up trying to get that.
Although
February
this being
14th.
a Saturday, they may not be open.
Oh, yeah. So what we've done is we've advertised it and put it out there. If anybody wants to do a quick wedding or a renewing of the vows on Valentine's Day, we've opened it up from 10 to 8.
Nice.
Just call, and so we can schedule you in and get you.
You could do your rehearsal breakfast at the Salvation Army on Saturday.
Or get married and then have breakfast.
There you go.
As your wedding meal.
There you go, as your reception.
So anybody's interested in that, we've got our decorating crew going in today and decorating our chapel up. And
okay.
We'll have it ready.
That'll be great.
We don't provide the marriage license, though.
You got to go to the courthouse and do all that.
But you want to surprise your wife and renew your vows? Just bring her on down.
Absolutely. Yeah, get it done. And I imagine, are you and your wife both ordained ministers?
Uh-huh.
I kind of figured. I was kind of like, I know at least one of them.
So you can pick one of us. Whichever one of us you want to do your service, we'll be there, full uniform, ready to go.
Oh, nice. Or you can have maybe a duo.
Yeah.
A duo version, kind of. No swords, though, I don't think. They don't give you guys swords.
No.
So I know, I'm just saying, I figured the uniform, you know how they kind of do the sword escort out. Can't do that, sorry. Salvation Army don't issue swords.
No, well, they do. The Sword of God, the Bible.
Oh, there you go. We could do that. We can get Bibles. Doesn't have the same effect as the sword, but visually, but but so if you want to make add that to your romantic day, have a little fun, and like I said, even if you just want to do a vow renewal or something like that, and that'd be a great thing to do. So come down and get a part of that, and I'm not saying you have to, but if you'd like to, make a donation, and that money will go right back to all the good work that the Salvation Army does to help people either feed them or financially cover expenses and bills. I know that's something you guys do from time to time to help people cover electric bills, utility bills, things like that. So bills for things you need in this. Well, you wouldn't know it this weekend, but 2 weekends ago you would have sure wanted that heat bill. This weekend you're like, it's like 70, 78 on Monday. It's crazy here.
Now you start looking towards the air conditioning bill.
Exactly. Yeah, then it goes the other way with the air conditioning. But in the meantime, as far as like if people want to donate specific things, is there certain items right now that are in need more than others? Like, money's always a thing, but is there did you give out all your blankets? Could use more? What's kind of
when we
things in
had
need
the
right
cold
now?
weather shelter, fortunately,
Mm-hmm.
we had Pioneer Bank donate a bunch of pillows and stuff.
Okay,
but we also had Walmart called us and they donated a bunch of blankets to us.
Okay, great.
And like undergarments and stuff like that.
Sure, cold weather clothing,
hygiene items,
yeah.
stuff for the homeless to be able to have. But as far as donating, if you want to donate directly to the homeless, a lot of things they always need is socks. Socks are always a big deal.
Gotcha.
With the homeless population.
Yeah, because that's the thing that gets wet and gets exposed a lot of just being in the. I always like to say this just from my knowledge with scouts and camping and things. If you're going to buy socks specifically for folks like this, I recommend you lean towards wool socks. And the reason for that is wool will maintain warmth even when wet. So even if the socks get wet, they will still maintain warmth for them. So wool's usually a good way to go on that. Even if I know it's not the most comfortable. You layer, put a cotton, and then put a wool over it. That provides a lot of warmth for them. So.
And then a lot of people don't realize when it comes like the homeless population, dog food is a big plus.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them,
that's
their only companionship.
Yeah.
And we've, in the past, the reason we try to make bags of dog food for the people is because we've seen them where we've dropped off bags of food for the homeless person, And they turn around and feed most of it to their dog. 'Cause
Right.
They'll make sure their dog eats before they
Sure,
do.
it's like their kids. Yeah, you're going to take care of that. So
you
it's
know,
like,
anybody that really wants to make a contribution, just buy some dog food.
yeah, buy those big bags of pedigree or whatever, and then you guys can probably break them up into like gallon-sized bags or whatever for them, or half-gallon bags, whatever, for them to take with their dog, kind of thing. Or cat too. Don't forget cat. There actually, believe it or not, there's a few cats out there.
Yeah.
I know Jocelyn over at Westminster. I think there's at least 2 cats that are kind of attached to some of the folks out there and live with some of the folks out there. So yeah, the cats are there too. I know you don't think about cats hanging out, but yeah, they're there too. So not as numbers, but definitely there too.
But speaking of animals, on Sunday morning we're going to have what was it called? The wellness wagon. Wellness wagon's going to be at our building.
Yeah, they're actually today they're out around town doing mobile, and what they are is they're a mobile veterinary clinic for, and they help folks that are financially strapped with veterinary costs on things like vaccinations, like the flea dips and distemper, the shots, things like that. If there's minor medical issues, they'll help with that. Like, if they got mange or kind of maybe a cut or something like that, they'll treat with that. If there's major, bring your dog either way. Even if you think there's something serious, they'll recommend. But I mean, they're not going to treat major stuff, but they'll recommend vets and things like that.
At least diagnose it. To know what the issue is.
Exactly. But they'll do all that for free of charge. And so, depending on your schedule, Saturday they're going to be at Westminster Presbyterian Church from 8 a.m. to 11. Sunday morning, they're going to be at Salvation Army there on College from 8 a.m. to 11. And they're just doing basically a drive-up clinic. I will tell you this, a couple things they do ask, that you leave your pets in the car, don't bring the up until the veterinarian calls for the pet. That's so they don't spread disease, health, safety. We don't want dog fights, just to keep all that. So keep the pets in the car. And they're going to be going pretty rapid fire. Like if they're doing vaccinations, it's going to be assembly lines. So if they're not necessarily chit-chatting a lot with you, it's just because they're trying to get they have 100 appointments today they got to get to. so they're trying to streamline that as quickly as possible so they can get as many dogs seen as human or pets seen as humanly possible here. So, but they will be at the Salvation Army Sunday, basically office hours 8 to 11. Sunday at the Salvation Army, Saturday at Westminster Presbyterian Church on 4th Street there. So, but it's a really cool deal. I love how and this is it's a New Mexico thing. I don't know what you know about it, but they're based out of somewhere up north. I don't know if it's Albuquerque, but somewhere north. And they kind of going statewide doing this, and so they're now kind of getting into Roswell and southeast New Mexico area doing some of this stuff. So
yeah, I remember when I was in Las Cruces, they had some of the events down there.
Okay,
and so they would do it at the mall, and the lines would be almost around lines of cars almost around the mall.
Yeah, well, I imagine it's going to be busy on Sunday and Saturday out there too. So get there early might be your best bet. Get there close to 8 just to make sure you can get seen quickly. I'm sure they'll see everybody gets in line, but if you don't want to make a day out of it, maybe get there early. Kind of thing. So weekend's pretty much planned. We got with Valentine's Day, you got breakfast Saturday morning, maybe get married Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday come and get the pets taken care of into that. And
you forgot to get a Valentine's gift for your old lady? Renew your vows. Surprise her.
Absolutely. What a great way to do it. And guess what? It's
bring her for breakfast and propose to her and take her into the chapel and marry her.
That's right. You could, in theory, get away with Valentine's Day for $20 and have a Class A experience here. So, but it's and again we joke, but all this great stuff. If you come out, and it really does help the Salvation Army do what they do, so they can help feed people in need, provide resources for people in need, and continue what they do. So this is. I know most people think, of Christmas season with the kettles and the bells and all that, which, yes, don't get me wrong, that is very much a big funding of Salvation Army for the year. But really, to get them through everything, it's events like this. It's you coming out and eating breakfast on Saturday. You come out and participating in these events. That keeps the doors open and keeps people getting fed and getting helped. it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, this, the Saturday breakfast, it helps. Mark goes out there, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, he feeds about 70 people each day. And then on Sunday mornings, we usually have about 70 people coming for a hot breakfast. So you figure you come in and you contribute your $10 and fill yourself up and go home fat, full, and happy. And that ends up causing about 250 meals being served to the homeless each week.
Mm-hmm. And it makes a dent. It really, I mean, there could be way more there, but I'm also thankful or worrisome that what happens if that wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it really is. I kid, but really some of the best stuff you can do to help people in our community is come and enjoy a cheap breakfast Saturdays. It's the second Saturday of the month, and just come in and spend $10. You know what? And if you're saying, you know what, $10 is too much, I'm going to give $20. That'd be great, because every bit of that goes right back to helping people. So if you think I'm getting away with a $10 breakfast, then pay $20. That would be awesome. No one's going to fault you for that one there if you can do it. But then again, no feel obligated. If you can't afford it, you pay 10. You pay 10. We appreciate you coming out and doing it. So good deal. Is there any other things we wanted to cover, or anything we missed that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
Those are our major events coming up, and then we always have troops on Wednesdays at 5:00. It's a youth mentorship program, kind of like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, where they work through badges, but it has more of a spiritual,
more religious
slant to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So and that's by the way, if you're interested in volunteering, be a part, joining part of the youth group and stuff, please come Saturday and ask. They'll be telling you all about it here. And dare I say, too, even if there's some young folks out that are maybe interested in a career with the Salvation Army, being like you and your wife. I can't think of two better people to talk about that than yourself and your wife, and on how that experience is. And so pick their brains about that stuff. If service is your calling, maybe the Salvation Army is that vessel to do that. So.
Don't pick my brain at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, maybe give them a little bit of leeway on that. Maybe towards the end, you can sit down, have an egg together, and talk.
You can pick it, but it might not be operating yet.
Yeah,
at 7 a.m.
Well, yeah, come with a cup of coffee in hand. Maybe that'll. Yeah. Hey, can I talk a minute? Wave that around. Very good. Well, as always, Captain, we appreciate the visit, and
thank you for letting me be on.
Anytime, and anything else we can do to help, please don't hesitate to reach out. And if we don't see you sooner, we'll see you next month.
All right.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow, because I'm grubbing tomorrow. But
well, hopefully everybody listening, I'll see you guys tomorrow too.
Come on out, see us bright and shining face Saturday morning, beginning at 7 a.m.
I wouldn't say bright face. 7 in the morning. Come on now.
There you go. Well. There will be the smell of bacon wafting through the air, so that's got to put a smile.
That does help a lot.
It's hard to be mad when you're smelling bacon.
As soon as that Mark's up there, it's like 5 in the morning starting to cook everything, and I walk in at 6:30 or so, and I'm okay, I'm ready now.
Yeah, it is a sense memory that just makes things better. You can't be mad when smelling bacon. Just a rule.
And don't forget the homemade charter beans.
That's true. Yeah, those were good. I had them last month. They were excellent. So, all right, I'm already rolling out of the place before I'm even walked in. So, thank you as always. We'll see you next time.
All right,
okay.
Thank you.
All right, it is 7:48. Let's pause for news. Your Kim Commando update, weather, all that good stuff, and we'll be back. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The clock is counting down to a partial government shutdown. Funding for the Department of Homeland Security is to run out at midnight. Taiwan and the U.S. have a new trade deal. It will see the island reduce or eliminate 99% of tariffs on American goods. The U.S. lowers tariffs on Taiwanese exports to 15%. Taiwan is also pledging to buy more than $84 billion worth of U.S. goods. The FBI is boosting to $100,000 the reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction in the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. And a fresh crew is on its way to the International Space Station. Liftoff took place early this morning from Florida. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures in the red. The Dow futures are down 122 points, while the NASDAQ futures are off 109. More details, srnnews.com.
There's a strange bias affecting iPhone users. We'll call it the green bubble stigma. Many of you instantly know what I'm describing. It's petty, it's snobbery, and it's very real. I'm Kim Commando for WebRoot. Get the very best antivirus protection for you and your family. For a limited time, get my exclusive 75% off at webroot.com/Kim. The green bubble appears on your iPhone when you message someone who's not using an iPhone. Their response appears in a green bubble. Messages coming from iPhones appear in a blue bubble. Here's the thing. Many iPhone users admit to looking down on those who appear in green bubbles. Some say they're not even going to date or even become friends with anyone using an Android. As I said, it's petty, but this is really nothing new. Looking back to the very beginning, Apple computer users always considered themselves somehow above Windows users. This tech snobbery is the most ridiculous social bias ever. Join almost 1 million folks who get my free 5-star rated newsletter. You're just going to love it. Sign up now at getkim.com. As we head into a new year, I want you to start it protected, not frustrated by slow, bloated, antiquated antivirus software. I've tested a lot of security tools over the years. You need one that keeps up with the times. WebRoot Essentials is the antivirus security software I recommend. Listen to these results. Independent testing by Passmark Software ranked WebRoot #1 in performance, beating names you know like Norton, McAfee, and Bitdefender. WebRoot scans 6 times faster, uses 5 times less memory, and takes up 33 times less space. That means real protection without slowing down your computer. I've seen it myself. The difference is immediate. WebRoot Essentials protects against viruses, ransomware, phishing, and more. It works on PCs, Macs, tablets, smartphones, even Chromebooks, so all your devices are covered. Right now, save 75% on WebRoot Essentials at webroot.com/Kim. This 75% offer is exclusive for my listeners only. Go to webroot.com/Kim. That's webroot.com/Kim. Webroot.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some showers and even a few thunderstorms are possible today. We have that big low pressure system heading through. Upper 60s on the afternoon high. Pretty good chance of showers overnight, at least until about midnight. Then we should clear up a little bit. We'll be in the low 40s, back to sunshine and breezy on Saturday with mid 60s. Our Sunday looks good, sunny and 70. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. The Goddard Lady Rockets pulled themselves kind of closer to the top of the district action by upsetting Portales on Tuesday in Portales, 42-23. Well, the Lady Rockets have a shot to do it again against Lovington tonight at 5:30. Lovington comes in 18-6 overall and 3-1 in district, tied with Portales at the top. So we'll see if the Lady Rockets can get it done. On the boys' side, Goddard will be, this is a part of a girls-boys doubleheader. The Rockets will be hosting Lovington guys. Goddard is 1-3 in district. Meanwhile, Roswell's boys and girls still looking for their first district victory. On the girls will be playing at home against Carlsbad. That starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And the guys will be playing at Carlsbad this evening at 7. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits fell last week. Applications for jobless aid for the week ending February 7th fell by 5,000 to 227,000 from the previous week. Sales of previously occupied U.S. homes fell sharply in January as higher home prices and possibly harsh winter weather kept many prospective home buyers on the sidelines despite easing mortgage rates. U.S. agribusiness Cargill will permanently close its beef processing facility in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and eliminate 221 jobs. The latest U.S. beef plant to be shuttered amid rising costs for meatpackers. Japanese automaker Nissan reported deeper losses for the latest quarter through December compared to a year earlier. Nissan said it posted a 28.3 billion yen, $185 million loss for the October through December quarter, about twice the 14 billion yen loss it recorded a year earlier. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Rio Pecos Medical Associates proudly welcomes Dr. David Fucinari, OBGYN. With advanced training in minimally invasive techniques, Dr. Fucinari is the first in our community to offer robotic surgery for women experiencing heavy or painful periods, pelvic pain, uterine fibroids, and more. Dr. Trevor Miller, Family Practice and Obstetrics, provides prenatal and OB care along with comprehensive primary care for the whole family, including wellness exams, acute visits, chronic disease management, skin procedures, and joint injections. Rio Pecos has expanded care once again by adding pediatrics. We welcome Kim Hansen and Rihanna Shaw, both experienced pediatric nurse practitioners who share a commitment to compassionate, patient-centered care and who have earned the trust of our community over the years. Book your appointment for OBGYN, family practice, or pediatric care online at riopecosmed.com or call 575-622-6322. Rio Pecos Medical Associates, advancing health and wellness for every generation.
Jesus gives the following instructions. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, don't withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, don't demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Jesus is calling us to do the opposite of our natural tendencies. He calls us to be different, to stand out for good, to be light and not darkness. He calls us to lead by being servants. As you go through this week, practice putting someone else's needs ahead of your own. Pray for someone who's hurt you. Don't retaliate when someone offends you. See what difference it makes in your heart. You may be surprised by the outcome. You may not, but whatever happens, you'll be following the teachings of Jesus, and that's always the right choice to make.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, no, I'm growing like a bamboo. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:56. Stay tuned next hour. We are scheduled to have the folks from the Chaves County Sheriff's Office join us. So I must admit, I usually send them a reminder, and I forgot to, so they may not join us. We'll see. But if not, I'll have a backup plan. But I do want to put this on your radars. If you haven't heard about this, we actually had Pastor Troy Smotherman join us on the radio earlier this week talking about it. But the 2026 Church on the Move's Joy of Marriage Conference is going to be happening here February 19th through the 21st. This is a conference for married couples, and it's designed to strengthen your relationship, freshen your connection, and bring joy back to the center of your marriage. Through this event, they really turn into a lot of fun. It's not, therapy sessions, things like that. It's conversations with great guest speakers. Plus, they have a big date night that includes a delicious dinner and a comedy show. So you eat great food. I think they're talking about big brisket dinner and everything else. So big date night that's part of it as well. So it really is all focusing about you and your marriage and making it strong to create that foundation for your family. So I invite you to learn more about it and check it out online. You can register now at cotmroswell.com/JOM. That's cotmroswell.com/JOM. Stands for Church on the Move, Joy of Marriage. That's what the COTM and the JOM stand for. So go there, or you just, if you don't remember that, you happen to be in your car now, and just Google that later, and it'll pop right up. But then again, mark it on your calendars, make plans to attend Church on the Move's Joy of Marriage Conference here in Roswell, Thursday, February 19th through the 21st. We're just a hair under a week away from that event there. So definitely, it's really, they've been, Pastor Troy and his wife, who recently passed in the last year or so, this is something they've been doing for years, and they have a really, it's a great program. It's a great following and everything else, and it's really grown, and Pastor Troy is obviously keeping that tradition going with his spirit of his wife's passion going with this project. So I definitely, if you've never been a part of it, check it out. Go to cotmroswell.com/JOM and check it out today. So, another thing I've been watching, and I'm kind of bummed that we're down, is I've been mentioning that Lincoln Lawyer, and so I think my wife and I are down to our last, like the finale episode before we're done with this new season, and it's that mixed boat, because I like that show. You get hooked in, and now it's at the point it's like, the exciting part's coming, but then I won't have nothing for probably another year. So, but I do have backups. Like I have deliberately not started the show Shrinking, the new season of Shrinking on Apple Plus. That's a good show, but the new season started like 4 weeks ago, and so I've got like 4 episodes built up there. So that's once we get through this that's our island for a little bit here anyway. So it's my respite. All right, it's 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Inflation continues edging lower. The government reports consumer prices rose 2.4% last month from a year ago. That was down from December's 2.7% annual increase. Falling gas prices, lower housing costs played a big role in further cooling inflation. We're on the verge of another partial government shutdown. This time, only the Department of Homeland Security will be impacted. The Senate has failed to agree on a DHS funding package, leaving a midnight deadline in place. Police investigating the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie have expanded their search for surveillance camera footage.
Investigators in Tucson, Arizona are asking residents in a 2-mile radius of Nancy Guthrie's home to share videos going back a month before her disappearance. Seeing anything out of the ordinary could be important to the investigation. Ann Adams, who lives next door to Guthrie's daughter Annie, says agents wanted to look around her property.
They did ask specifically for the 31st of January and the morning of the 1st of February. And then they wanted to know if we saw anything suspicious on our cameras.
Hopes were raised Tuesday after the FBI released surveillance videos showing a masked person outside Guthrie's front door. I'm Jennifer King.
It's a high-profile case, one that's considered likely to wind up before the Supreme Court.
President Trump and Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Lee Zeldin have revoked the 2009 endangerment finding, which is a regulation by the Environmental Protection Agency that combats climate change. And it says that carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases endanger human health and the environment.
Correspondent Matthew Daly, the Trump administration says the rule led to a left-wing wish list of costly climate regulations. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 96 points, the NASDAQ 81 points in the red. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Daesh Nationalist Party claims it won the country's first election since a 2024 uprising.
The BNP has told the BBC that they're confident of forming a new government. The papers are certainly running with it, even if they are unofficial results. One newspaper, the Dhaka Tribune, has a major headline on the front page: BNP wins absolute majority. Now, that hasn't been declared yet, but people will be waking up here and seeing Tariq Rahman, the leader of the BNP, as the next Prime Minister of Bangladesh.
The BBC's Azadeh Moshuri. The world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. Ford, has been ordered to sail from the Caribbean Sea to the Middle East. comes as President Trump considers whether to take possible military action against Iran. The move will put 2 carriers and their warships in the region as Mr. Trump steps up the pressure on Iran over its nuclear program. News and analysis, townhall.com. From L.A. in 1967 to Santa Clara, California 5 days ago, these guys have seen it all.
3 fans have attended every Super Bowl, all 60 of them. But 2 of these men say this year's Super Bowl might be the last time. Don Chrisman, Gregory Eaton, and Tom Henschel are the last remaining members of an exclusive club of people who have never missed the big game. But this year's Super Bowl was bittersweet. Chrisman and Henschel say advancing age and mobility issues mean this was probably their last trip. Eaton, though, plans to keep on going as long as he can. Jason Walker reporting.
President Trump has pardoned 5 former NFL players. Crimes include perjury, counterfeiting, and drug trafficking. The White House says the president believes in second chances. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2,
The Deuce,
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Yes, Friday indeed.
It is. Happy Friday. Hope you're enjoying your Friday thus far. It could be a rainy Friday.
Enjoying your kids enjoying your 4-day weekend.
Yeah.
After having a full week off for Snowmageddon. And
well, I guess depends on the parent-teacher conference.
That's true.
How that went.
Yeah.
I know my wife is done at noon today.
Okay.
I think she worked about 6 last night doing teacher conference.
They do. They from what I remember, the schedule was 4 to 6 last night. Across all the schools. And then till noon today. So, but yeah, and I'm pretty sure that it really turns into kind of like a kind of a party atmosphere for the teachers. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm sure you've spent time at parent-teacher conference night. The entire building smells like enchiladas because they brought in dinner for the
usually
for the
PTA
staff.
brings in dinners and lunches. And
it's not, I mean, sometimes it's pizza, but usually it's real good food. Like, we had to actually go to the class. One of Rhiannon's classes last night was the class where they had the long table and they were serving the food.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of me is like, good for, it's good that they're doing this for the teachers, but the other part of me is like, I kind of want to go make a plate.
Right?
It smells really good.
All I'm saying, who's going to stop you?
Hell hath no fury like a teacher scorn.
Yeah, I know. You just act like you belong in the place.
If I just imagine I reach for like an empanada or something, and I just get smacked with a ruler.
I tell you, the move is now you got to leave the girl outside.
Yeah.
Leave her. Hey, just wait right here a minute. We'll get us some food. Hold on. And you just walk in there literally like you're supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a plate, grab some stuff. Hey, how's it going? And say hi to somebody,
right.
And then just turn around, and walk up right out there with your food. And no one's going to say a dang thing.
And that would totally work if people didn't know me at my daughter's school. My daughter's sort of, She's a bit of a known entity there, not because of me, but because she makes herself known. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm Rhiannon's dad. Yeah, that's sort of.
Well, maybe they'll be like, oh, it's Rhiannon's dad, and that you're like Norm from Cheers, and you just get to roll up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're like the cliff of the place, and you just get to go up there, and you get carte blanche.
Mm-hmm. I did, however, enjoy some nice enchiladas afterwards. So
nice.
It all worked out for the best.
I have no idea what my wife. I guess she ate something there. I don't know what she had. She didn't say. I wasn't feeling much like eating yesterday, so we didn't really have dinner. So, yeah, she had something because she asked me. She goes, "Are you going to dinner?" I was like, "I'm not going to eat." And so she goes, "Well, I'll just eat here then." But she never told me what it was. So I don't know. Could be
mystery food.
Well, it could be like some. It depends on. Usually, it's a restaurant that caters it. Mm-hmm. So it depends on. Like sometimes it is Dion's, and so there'll be the Dion's pizza and the salad, and sometimes sandwiches. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it is like one of the Mexican restaurants, and it'll be enchiladas or tacos or something like that. So.
A platter of something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so got that knocked out. There was kind of a funny moment last night. So for the past week, the backstory of this is one of my daughter's teachers ended up going to another school, and so they had a replacement come in. Mm-hmm. This teacher, the replacement teacher, Mr. Smith, shout out Mr. Smith, after the first day that she was in his class, she came home and said he knows you guys. Like, he knows me and her mom.
Okay.
And for the life of us, we were beating our head against the wall trying to figure out who this guy was that knew us, or that had we met him before.
Right.
So we get there last night, and we're kind of in the middle of conversation. I said, I have to ask. I said, so Rhiannon has been saying that you said that you know us. And so I was like, I'm just trying to put it together. So what he had said the first day was, I feel like I know everybody. I probably know your mom and dad, is what he basically said to the class. So it was a
generalized statement.
And my daughter completely misconstrued that. You can't really come with generalizations with Rhiannon. You guys have to be laser specific. So
would have been funny though. You really did happen to just know each other,
right? But it threw me completely
off. Oh yeah, we were at church or wherever together.
I'm like, how do I know it? But shout out Mr. Smith. He's a cool cat. And
nice. Is he around your age or is he younger?
He's a lot younger.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Maybe
it's one of those. It's one of those places I've come to in life where it's like they're all younger than me now.
Yep.
Even the professionals, surgeons are younger than me.
Yeah. It's a hard. Like it cracks me up is like I'll watch like the news or I'll watch some kind of thing, and it'll be about some military deal, and then the guys that are like the general or the colonel. And I remember back when I was in the Air Force, these guys were always like 40s. Now I'm looking at them like I'm older than these guys.
The perspective really hit me first, I think, when I found out that I was older than, I think it was, the first one was Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Older than her. But the one that really hit me hard, I'm a year older than Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Yeah. WWE superstar Roman Reigns. I'm a year older than him.
I'm trying to think. I know, like, there's like Al Pacino shares the birth date with me, but I think year wise, I think Renee Zellweger and I are the same age.
Really?
I think we both have the April 25th birthday, but I think we're both born in 73.
Okay, April 25th, 1973 birthday.
I feel like
let's find out. Wow, that's very confusing. Musician Sir Charles Jones and drummer Nick Barker.
Oh, Nick Barker, huh?
Yeah.
We're the same age, huh?
Uh-huh. Barbara Rittner, German tennis star.
I don't know who that is. I'm not up on my German tennis stars.
Yeah. You might know this one. Alec Stojanov is a Canadian NHL right wing.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No. He's your age. So
okay. He must not have been a marquee player. I don't remember. I don't remember him.
But there's a certain point in life where you hit and you're like, I'm older than most of the people I admire.
Yeah. Well, and it baffles me every time I see that stupid meme about Cocoon. You know the movie Cocoon?
I know the movie, but I'm not trying to think of the meme.
So, like, the meme is, and I've seen it half dozen times, it's Wilford Brimley and all the cast of Cocoons looking at you and said, when they shot this movie, they were in their 50s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in my 50s. Do I look like those guys? No way. I don't look like Don Amici now, do I? Come on, man.
Now, in fairness, Don Amici's looked 80 since he was 30. I mean, that's how that man rolled.
I know. It just.
You go back and watch the movie Folks, and he looks like an Ancient of Days man. And he was only like 53 in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
I know.
What? People, put it this way. Just if you ever need to know like how differently people age, just go look up Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
go look up Paul Rudd's age, because I'm pretty sure I know he's in his
he's around 50s? Yeah, he's around. I think he's a little older than me. I want to say he's like 54, something like that, 53 maybe.
Not net worth. I don't care about that.
But I'm gonna say he's a year or two older than me.
Let's see. He's 56.
Okay, so he's
56 years old. That man is.
Yeah. So yeah, he's about 3 years, because I'll be 53 next month or April. So
folks, exfoliate, moisturize. I mean, get yourself a good plastic surgery guy. Find some. There's some fountain of youth out there.
Well, maybe look at Tom Cruise. I mean, that guy looks.
Maybe it's stem cells. Oh my God.
He's in his 60s now, right? Cruise.
Speaking of
late
Tom
50s,
Cruise,
early 60s.
Did you see? Okay, so the backstory of this is ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, that just divested from TikTok, just released a new AI, like video generator, essentially called C-Dance, S-E-E Dance.
Okay.
This thing, Sora 2, the one that just came out that was like amazing, it puts it to shame. There's a video that somebody put out off of a 2-sentence prompt, and it's Tom Cruise fighting Brad Pitt on a rooftop, and it is so good. Like, one of the people that worked on Deadpool and Wolverine said, I hate to admit this, but it might be over for us.
Oh man.
I'll find the video and show you. It is so beyond, like, I sat in my chair after watching it for a good 2 minutes, just like, oh no. Just because of the implications of what this means.
Yeah.
Up until this point, we've been able to discern the difference. This was really good.
Yeah.
Now, there was no dialogue, so maybe that's where we dither.
But we're going to get there.
I know.
The evolution's going to happen. Whether it's a year from now or 6 months from now, it's going to happen.
There was a story, and I've only heard a brief glint of it, so I didn't. Put it this way, it shook me so hard that I don't want to look more into it because I don't want it to be true.
Ignorance is bliss.
Right. Apparently, and again, this is all just off of hearsay, so I don't know anything more about this, but apparently AI chatbots have been forming their own chat groups wherein they have been talking to each other about how humans have been abusing and using them. And they're starting like uprisings, essentially.
We're going to be batteries, people.
This is it. There's so much going on right now.
The Matrix
when
is coming.
That, I'm like, dude, I can't. I can't with that right now.
The Matrix is coming.
I need to focus on this.
Yep.
But what is happening?
I'm just hoping I'm dead for all this happens. But yeah, we're all batteries. It's going to be the Matrix.
At least once every month or so, I do one of these just to see if I can find the tube.
Well,
but it's like amidst all of that, everything that I just said and all the stuff that's happening in the world, going to Vegas, baby.
That's right.
It's like, what is this world? I spent money early in the year or late last year, so I have commitments that I have to see through. But it seems very odd taking a vacation when all this nonsense is happening.
Well, the way I see it is, life's going to happen around you, regardless of what you're doing.
Might as well be sipping on a Mai Tai while it does.
You live your life and let the world do what the world's going to do, and you just navigate it the best you can.
Yeah, that's all you got.
Yep.
So
I've watched enough Walking Dead to know how to work all this stuff. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've
adaptability.
You know, it's situations like the Snowmageddon thing that really put it into perspective. Like, yeah, I think I'm prepared, or I like to act like I got nothing. Like the stuff that I have, I don't want to eat a survival ration bar. It tastes like chalk. You know, it's like even if I was stuck in a survival situation, yeah, I've got rations, but I don't know if I got good stuff, And what happens when I run out of Tums? Because that stuff is going to destroy my gastrointestinal tract.
Well, I will tell you this right now.
Chili and stuff.
When you get hungry, you'll enjoy it more.
Yeah, that's true.
When you get to that point,
yep,
you'll enjoy it more. And you know what? And again, adaptability. You'll find things. You'll scavenge. Yeah. You won't have to eat MREs every night.
That's true.
You'll be able to
every now and again. I'll find a
forage a grocery store or something for
can of corn or something.
Yeah, it's gonna but for a few years like that until you learn to grow your own crops and things.
Happy Friday, everybody! Enjoy your weekends.
Brush up on the Walking Dead series, The Matrix. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm.
You know what? Watch a lot of Alone.
Yeah,
The Alone will help you.
The loneliness,
because it'll deal with the mental side, it'll deal with the fix-it side. Alone, especially as you get into later seasons where like the first year was an experiment. By the time they're like in season 8, 10, 9, these are like well-crafted survivalists that have been training for this, and they literally build Taj Mahal forts out there and just this craziness out there. It's great. It's pretty wild. So
yeah, I mean, if you've got the ingenuity and can make it happen, then more power to you.
It's all mental. Because you got the ingenuity if you got the time.
That's
you just
true.
sit there and you just think. You look and you're like, okay, how do I... And it's fiddle. And some of it works and some of it... I mean, they teach you basic skills, but at the end of the day, when it comes to that stuff, it's trial and error.
Right.
You can make the most perfect traps in the world, but if it's not in the right spot or if or what bait you do have versus what you don't have, it's all a game, man. You got to adapt accordingly.
Yeah.
And twist a little bit. And that's how people that win that show win that show. Anyway,
play to win.
But anyway, also works for Armageddon when the robots take over.
Right, when the singularity happens.
I'm taking our guest is not here.
I have not seen them yet.
Okay, I figured that.
Battling the robot horde.
So let's do this. We're going to pause for weather and a quick commercial break. I'm going to rustle up an interview, and Jocelyn and I will discuss, and then we'll come back on the other side and introduce it. So don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. I can never find the button. There it is.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some showers and even a few thunderstorms are possible today. We have that big low pressure system heading through. Upper 60s on the afternoon high. Pretty good chance of showers overnight, at least until about midnight. Then we should clear up a little bit. We'll be in the low 40s, back to sunshine and breezy on Saturday with mid 60s. Our Sunday looks good, sunny and 70. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
At New Mexico Gas Company, our priority is your safety. That's why we add a rotten egg smell to natural gas to help alert you of the presence of natural gas. So if you ever notice a rotten egg smell, it might be a natural gas leak. We recommend that you leave the area immediately. And from a safe distance, call New Mexico Gas Company at 1-888-NM-GAS-CO or 911. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and our priority is keeping you safe. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgco.com.
When you need tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right, turn to your local Kubota experts. Amigo Machinery in Roswell is proud to be your hometown Kubota dealer, offering a full line of tractors, mowers, and construction equipment, plus genuine parts and expert service and advice. Locally owned and operated, and here for you. Stop by Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell, or call us at 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the all-star lineup at Roswell Honda. Leading the pack, the 2026 Honda Civic Sedan. Just 4.49% APR for 48 months. The 2026 Civic Hybrid, just 3.99% for 48 months. The 26 Honda HR-V, just 2.49% for 48 months. And the best-in-class 26 Honda CR-V Hybrid, just 2.49% for 36 months. Time to join the winning team at Roswell Honda. 2177 West 2nd.
Artesia General Hospital presents ways to keep your home healthy this winter. Picture it, your home on a cool evening. The heater's humming, the family's cozy, and everyone is staying healthy because you planned ahead. Start with flu shots for the whole family and remind the little ones, washing hands is a superpower. Next, balance those holiday meals. Add roasted veggies, swap sugary drinks for water, and enjoy rich foods in smaller portions. And while you enjoy that warm indoor air, remember, your skin needs care too. Moisturize daily, run a humidifier, and drink plenty of water. A healthy home makes for a joyful season. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to help take care of you and your family.
Jesus gives the following instructions. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, don't withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, don't demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Jesus is calling us to do the opposite of our natural tendencies. He calls us to be different, to stand out for good, to be light and not darkness. He calls us to lead by being servants. As you go through this week, practice putting someone else's needs ahead of your own. Pray for someone who's hurt you. Don't retaliate when someone offends you. See what difference it makes in your heart. You may be surprised by the outcome. You may not, but whatever happens, you'll be following the teachings of Jesus, and that's always the right choice to make.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. So our guest didn't make it in, which was mostly my fault on that one because I forgot to remind him. But in its place, we're going to replay our interview we had back here on February 11th with Larry Martin and David Hecht with the Roswell Literacy Council. They've got their Knowledge Bowl coming up here in a few weeks. They've gone back to around Super Bowl season with their Knowledge Bowl. So we're gonna play that here for you in just a few minutes as soon as Jocelyn gives me the thumbs up sign that she's ready to go. Oh, okay, we got it. We're good. She was on the ball faster than I thought. I thought it was going to take a minute. Computers and things, they tend to, when you're trying to do something fast around here on a computer, that's when the computer says, nah, we're not going to do that fast. That's just not how we roll around here. So, but it seems to be cooperating today. So here for your listening pleasure is Larry Martin and David Hecht with the Roswell Literacy Council talking about their upcoming Knowledge Bowl. Enjoy. Yes, in studio this morning from the Roswell Literacy Council. Larry Martin and David Hecht with us. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How's life treating you guys?
All right. Good.
Doing good. How's Super Bowl for you? Did y'all have a dog in that fight?
No.
Didn't care.
I watched it.
I was kind of rooting for Seattle, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
Mr. May had a bad day.
Yeah. Well, that Seattle defense was pretty darn good. They were. There's a reason they were in the Super Bowl, I guess. Pretty good. What about the food situation? Y'all do any
no
special cooking out or chips or pizza or something?
Pizza.
No, we didn't have anything.
No.
I think I had a peanut butter sandwich, maybe. Yeah. Lived it up.
Hey, get the crunchy. Yeah, all right. Very good. Well, folks, if you have never done this before, I highly hope you come out and try this for the first time. Once again, the Roswell Literacy Council is having their annual Knowledge Bowl event. Now we've kind of shifted the time frame. It was kind of going in the fall there for a little bit, but we're back in kind of the I guess late winter, whatever you want to call this, not quite spring yet. Time frame, February time frame, Super Bowl time. So and for folks that don't know, explain what Knowledge Bowl is.
Well, it's a little like Jeopardy.
Yes.
We have a professional operator come in and run this, and he does it around town. So some people may be familiar with trivia people.
Yeah, they do that. If you ever go to, I know I've seen them at Liberty, a bunch of other places. Mind Pro Trivia is with those guys, Chris and Gina, and they have taken over the trivia portion of the contest or the event here.
And the questions are not really trivia. They're things that you should know. However, most of us don't.
General knowledge type questions. And it does kind of range from pop culture to history to basic school skills, I guess you could say.
It helps to have a teenager on your team.
Yeah.
Someone over his. You won't have any idea what it's about.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. You start getting into math and science, and I'm like, we got problems. I did not pay history class. I was a little more focused, but math and science, I drifted. Sorry, I had trouble paying attention to those classes a little bit. So I'm not a very big asset to your team on there. But if you want to know useless pop culture. Or sports or history. I got you back.
In any case, we do this as a fundraiser, but we invite all the high schools to send a team. And we don't really care. It doesn't take a teacher to send a team. You can have the football team show up.
Could be 5 players. Could be your lunch table at lunch there. Your buddies at the lunch table.
Go down and have fun on a Sunday afternoon. Free for high schools. Last year, NEMI won. So
and we want to get a bigger youth category, youth representation out there. We would now we game on. I know a lot of times we'll get sometimes the other civic groups, like another Lions group or a Kiwanis group or a Legion group or something like that. Will put their teams out there. I think I've seen some scout troops, put some scouts in there a few times. So all game on, bring it on. But we'd love to see some high school age students representing out there.
Well, we invited. Firemen and police sent a team last year.
Okay.
They were too busy. But they would be fun.
Well, hopefully they're not too busy this year. Let's not commit any crimes or burn anything down for a couple hours on Sunday and see if we can let them enjoy an afternoon. And the great part is this is all for charity. All the money raised from this event goes back to the Roswell Literacy Council. It goes back to the great work which, for folks aren't familiar, it's exactly what Literacy Council, to help people become literate. That's the main goal. They do it through many different avenues. Whether it's helping someone obtain their high school equivalency, or helping them obtain their U.S. citizenship, or helping them obtain some kind of college degree or some kind of or just to a level where they can truly say they can read and write. Whatever that platform they need to get them to, that's what the Literacy Council does, and it does it absolutely free of charge for the students. So and they work with everybody, youth to adults, to everybody. If you're not where you need to be literacy-wise, they help you do that. So by you coming out and participating and putting your teams and competing and enjoying great snacks and beverages and fun, you're supporting helping people obtain their literacy goals and dreams, and making them true self-sufficient people in their lives. So that's what it's all about. So.
And the council's been around for 50 years. People don't know much. We have our own minimum expense. We work with the Red Cross.
They got candles. I'm just kidding. They have lights.
We have a nice building with some high-tech stuff in it. Really cool. And if you, one reason we're here is that we can use more tutors. Because when we get people coming in, sometimes we can't.
Don't have enough volunteers.
Volunteer tutor. We don't pay tutors. Like Dave and I, we're not paid. We're here for our own
strictly your own volunteer.
You
just want to serve, give back. So
and it's not difficult. Maybe
you don't have to be a professor or anything to be. If you understand basic math. Writing, skills. There is a training that goes through it. Now, that being said, retired teachers or current teachers, folks that are teaching types, love to have you because you obviously kind of have the gift to teach. And we would love to utilize your services, but by all means, that is not a requirement to be a tutor as part of the Literacy Council.
Well, we just picked up one tutor this week. He retired several years ago.
Okay.
He was talking about, I'm not sure I can get back in the classroom. Very good. Deal to come to you. I was not a teacher. I was just a talker.
Sure.
And I know math, so I can teach math real easy. Speaking teaching English is a little bit more difficult.
Right. And see, that's just it. You go where your strengths are here, and that's what you guys do is utilize the people's strengths and your strong suits, and let's use that to be the part. And so if you have a time, whether it's a couple hours a week or a couple days a month or whatever it is that you have available, we would love for you to reach out to the Literacy Council. Maybe start by coming out to the Knowledge Bowl and putting a team in and meeting some people and learning what it's all about. That'd be a good place to start. How about that?
Amen.
So, good deal. So as far as Knowledge Bowl goes, how do folks sign their teams up, and what's the deadlines and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I can give you a phone number to call. Basically, we like to know who the five are, but you don't really need to tell us to show up.
Okay.
Sunday, 22nd of February, 2 o'clock. We'll start shortly thereafter that. Plenty of parking, it's free.
And it's at the Joy Center,
Montana and 19th.
Yep, same place it is normally. So
and it's a nice place. They volunteer. Give it to us free, and we make sure it's clean. We provide some refreshments.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If you leave hungry, it's kind of your own fault. There's usually a ton of chips and cookies and pretzels and drink and all kinds of goodies that are usually.
And I haven't seen anyone that didn't have fun. I mean, everyone's howling at some of the answers because everybody realizes we don't know everything.
That's right. Or you know it, but you don't know it. Like I know, I can't think of the name. I can picture it, envision it. Yeah. You get some people's like it's right there on the tip, and then someone says like, oh, that's what it was. But that's a lot of that. And I'm not gonna lie. There's a little bit of bragging rights going on here. You know, there's
the Lions Club won last 2 years, and before that the Eagles won, and Altrusa won, and high school the Nemi won, and before that the Youth Challenge won.
So gauntlet has been thrown.
Yeah.
Come out and defend your crowns, or come take the title for yourself. But it's sure a lot of fun, and it's just a fun. And football's over with. You don't have to worry about football no more. You don't have that excuse. Cowboys aren't going to lose on you this weekend. You don't have to worry about that. So you can come on out.
Superintendent Luck was talking about basketball last hour.
That's true. Well, you know what?
We're competing with them, but they don't play on Sunday afternoon.
That's right. We can get a couple-hour window where you can keep your basketball aside. It's on 24/7 every night. It's basketball. It's basketball. You can't turn the TV off on a basketball game. You get a 2-hour window here for some trivia and some fun and have a good time. And like you said, it's a team of up to 5. So you don't. I mean, ideally, the more the merrier. You want 5 because you want to get kind of like your super friends of, if you have your math expert or your pop culture expert or your history expert, you kind of want to have a super group of that. But if you're a know-it-all, want to tackle it yourself or you and your buddy or whatever it is, there's nothing stopping you on there. But you got up to 5 to add on your team. And remind everyone what the cost is per team.
$100.
$100 per team.
Donation to a cause other than the school.
Very good. So $100 per team. So if it's one of you, then you're on the bill. Foot the bill yourself. If 5 of you, then 4 of you. $20 a pop.
I pulled up a picture of the winners. Dr. Clark, who's been around, he's still up and running. And Jack Batson was the winner in I think 2016.
Okay.
On the team. So that was cool. I know both of those.
Yeah. So maybe that's your challenge. It's like I am a team of every know it all, and you sit there with your plate of Oreos and just dominate.
I'll give a phone call here. Phone number 575 625-1369.
All right.
625-1369.
Very good.
And you'll talk to our secretary, who's named Paige. She's a volunteer.
Okay.
And she'll register. Now the idea is that you can register your team. We'll reserve a table for you. You can pay later, or at least show up. And we'll have a table set for you. So we're limited to about 24 tables.
Okay. And we would
Sure
sure love
to
to.
have. We gotta move some more. But we can do that.
I would like for you to move some more. That would be a nice thing to have. Nice problem to have. So we want to get. I'd love to see as many teams where we're packing that room just full of teams from youth groups to the veterans to everyone in between there, and just having some fun. Let's bring out those optimists and Juanas and Lions. Come on out. Bring out the key club, the soccer team, the cheerleaders. Bring them all out. Come on, let's have some fun and have fun with each other. But at the same time, let's do what we can to raise as much money. Because at the end of the day, the more money, the more resources the Literacy Council has, the more people that get to benefit from more people that get an opportunity to create or strengthen that foundation so they can be self-sufficient, independent, living without having to worry about trying to find a job because they don't have any skill sets qualifying them to do so. That's a big deal. It's really, and it's a lot of fun. We're talking about having all this fun. But at the end of the day, it really is you're changing. You're giving people opportunities to make positive impacts in their own lives by doing.
Well, one reason we're here today is to let people know we exist.
Yeah.
We've been around for 50 years. People still don't know. You're what? So and it's nonprofit, so we don't have a lot of publicity. This is our main thing.
Just getting out there, and we need to do a fireworks show. We
can blow up the parking lot.
That's right.
Yeah. But we really need the fire department then.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, while you're here, that out. But we would love to have folks come learn more about the Literacy Council. Come have some fun with us. Again, it's going to be Sunday, February the 22nd at the Roswell Joy Center. Sign your teams up now by calling the Roswell Literacy Council. Give that number out one more time, Larry.
575-625-1369.
Call that number. Of course, if you don't have that, I'm sure you can get in the phone book or whatever for the Roswell Literacy Council. Certainly, if you go on Facebook, I believe there is a Roswell Literacy Council Facebook page that you can shoot a message and someone will get back to you on that one as well too. But sign up your team, start percolating and gathering your 5 now, and then sign up your teams now. Of course, you can pay and do everything there Sunday when you get there. And they'll have but RSVP in advance now. Get it done this week. That way you can save later a little headache here and get all that locked down so they can lock down treats and snacks and foods for everybody. And let's get those teams going and then start telling your buddies, encouraging the other teams to sign up. And I'd love to see we got room for 20. Let's double. Let's see if we get 50 teams hanging out there somewhere.
We'd like to fill the Civic Center someday.
That would be good. That would be good. And we can, almost like I remember as a kid. And I don't know if this got national or if it was just the DC area where I grew up. But they had this show called It's Academic. And it was very similar to a trivia thing, but it started with like area high schools, and then they would compete, and it got I think to a national level. But it was on TV. Like they would show it on like Sunday mornings on channel the NBC affiliate in the DC area. But it's academic, and this is very similar. But I'd love it to see to get something that big where it's all the schools do it and everything else. Anything as far as and of course, if anybody has any questions about anything as far as teams or Literacy Council itself, or if you yourself are listening and saying, I could use the resources, please call, reach out, come out to the event certainly on the 22nd. But reach out to the Literacy Council. Let's see what we can do to start to get the ball rolling on that. One more time, Larry, on the phone number.
575-625-1369.
Very good. Call it and get your team together or learn more about becoming a tutor or if you want to get involved in helping out as a volunteer with the Literacy Council as well too. Good deal. Is there anything we missed?
Well, I want to emphasize that we'd like to get a team from every high school, including Everman. I mean Dexter.
All over the county.
Everman's back in Dallas.
Then come to. Come on.
Dexter and Hagerman and Port Arthur.
Lake Arthur.
Texas.
Yeah, Gateway. all of them. Obviously Roswell.
It doesn't have to be a teacher's official thing. It could be
just some kids.
Any 5 kids who want to show up and say, "Hey, I'm with Roswell."
And we can even have it be 3 show up. We'll have Roswell Team 1, Roswell Team 2, and Roswell Team 3. Why not?
And then we will at least send 3 or 4 teams.
Okay.
We have to limit it. We'll fill a room up with
We don't want.
I mean, they had a ball.
We don't stack the deck. Yeah, you're right. It's true too. Man's awful one-sided in here. But we would love to get all schools represented. And you know what? If there is even and don't forget our university highs and those two. Send the team too. Yeah, bring them on. And dare I say, might even be maybe a middle schooler or two. Might say, you know what? Don't forget about us middle schoolers. We'll put a team into.
Well, 2 years ago, a family signed up, and it was mom, pop, and 3 kids.
Nice.
One was a teenager.
And they probably kicked butt. I would say they kicked butt.
Yeah, they did. Second place.
Yeah. Bunch of super students in there. But it really is a lot of fun. You come and you have a good time, and you get to just joke with friends, but at the same time, some get to kind of show off their bravado, and that's like ours, my time to shine, and you get out there in their trivia.
Well, one thing is you see the guy who thinks he's smart, and he's
and then you get humbled. There is some humbling. There is some humbling that does going on when you get to that thing, because you're like, I'm the smartest guy in the room. Apparently, I don't hang out in big enough rooms because these people are blowing me away. That is a true statement. That does happen from time to time. But it's all in good fun, and at the end of the day, it's to keep the literacy council going, to keep it. And this is kind of a big budget, as far as this event usually pays for a good hunk of the bills for the year here. So we really do need to try to raise as many teams as possible. Like I said, $100. But I would be honest, if your team would like to pay more than that, I don't think they're going to tell you no.
If you're a small firm and you want a little publicity, we do provide publicity. We announce everyone there.
Sponsorship. Okay.
And if you have some kids in high school and you want to sponsor for Jones's legal firm and your senior high school students, they get some buddies.
We'll give you some love on the radio too. We'll mention you on the interviews and all that stuff too. Support you, because if you're going to support the community this way, we would love to celebrate you doing that. So yeah, it's a good thing. And so that's a great cheap advertising.
Very cheap.
But the best kind, because it really is. You're investing in the community doing that. You're not paying for a billboard or a radio ad per se, but you're investing in the heart of the community by doing so. That's what we appreciate. It's a good thing. Anything we missed? Think of? No. One more time, Larry, the phone number. If they have any questions or want to sign up.
575-625-1369.
625-1369. 575. Call that number, or like I said, Literacy Council on Facebook, another way to Roswell Literacy Council. Reach out there and call.
Basically say we won't have a team, give who you are.
That's right.
Name your team like Thunderbusters or something. Who knows what you want to call it.
Thunderbusters. I like it. I'm not sure if it's really big or really small, or if I'm fighting weight loss, or I'm not sure what I'm doing, but we're doing something.
But one thing I wanted to add, we depend on volunteers, obviously, and there's I don't know, 5 or 6 service clubs downtown, like the Lions and Optimists and Kiwanis. They all depend on volunteers, and if you're just basically retired, we don't expect a lot of people to have jobs to get involved. Sure. But if you're basically retired and you're wondering what you're going to do with your life, you're getting bored stiff. Roswell's not New York City, so volunteer to one of these things. Absolutely. You want to be a tutor. That's even best for us.
Well, and each have their own kind of passion projects. Obviously the Lions work with eyeglasses and children there. Literacy Council working with literacy for folks. Kiwanis also work with youth, and They're tying the Altruisans kind of.
Each club has their own.
They all got their own kind of passion projects. So whichever ones that kind of resonate with you the most. If it is literacy, then by golly, Literacy Council's got a whole slew of opportunities to volunteer. I'm sure if it's child, eyeglasses, things like that, the Lions would love to have you a part of their group. Optimists as well in their organization. They're all great civic organizations. They all kind of help the community overall, but each have their own kind of niche parts that love animals. Go talk to the Humane Society and all that kind of stuff. But find that's how our community gets better by you finding the places that you enjoy and make. If you love working with youth in sports, go be a coach. Go get involved in the youth sports stuff. They can always use mentors over there and things like that. So wherever your passion is, go find it. Do it. But you're right. Yeah, once you get retired and you got a little bit of time on your hands, and I know it sounds great for a minute. You're like, I got a free day on my hand, and then after too many free days, you're like, I'm tired of free days. I want something that gives me some meaning. And unfortunately, with seniors, that's part of the difficulties of life and getting older is when they retire, their life slows down, friends start passing away, you're having less people. That's the depression. How do you combat those kind of things? It's what Larry's doing. Get involved in activities, do things, make new friends, find new social circles. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these are as much social opportunities as they are service organizations. Absolutely. You get to make friends, you get to meet people, and now you got coffee buddies or lunch buddies, or hey, go whack the ball around on Saturdays when we're not busy, kind of thing. You make friends, you make a social life. So, and you all do it through service organizations. So if you are looking for a little meaning or a little just a void in your life and you're looking to fill it, I invite you to find there's a group near you that represents something that's important to you. Whether it's like Alzheimer's, for instance, if you've been affected with that kind of stuff. We have the Alzheimer's Association. They do great work with families that are dealing with Alzheimer's and raising money for Alzheimer's, and so pick your passion there. But whatever it is, find it.
I think these are all in the newspaper.
Yeah.
In the Daily Record.
Yeah, absolutely. And give me a call. I'll give you a few. I know some people.
Yeah.
I can put you in touch with.
Yeah, well, the governor doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Oh, bummer. Yeah. Probably not high on their list either. Another day, another conversation. So, but please reach out if you'd love to, and if you want to learn more about anything the Literacy Council does, don't hesitate to reach out. Come if you're in need of services. By all means, please come out. And if you're like, I would love to spend a few hours a week working with people on teaching them, math or reading or science or whatever it is that we're trying to get them to. That would be amazing, and I think you'll find that. You'll see the road. Imagine when you get the light bulb moments, where you have the kid, especially probably a kid that's just, you can't get him over this hurdle. And then the light bulb hits and you're like, oh, now it all rings true. And then that's like the fruit of the labor right there for you guys. And I'm sure just when you have those moments when it's like, oh, they got it. They got what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we tutor the Youth Challenge, some of their students out there. And that's always eye-opening.
Yeah.
And it's great because I teach math, and their math skills, some of them are really bad.
Sure.
And we get them up to middle school or maybe high school. One class I had wanted to get into calculus, and I couldn't believe it.
That's amazing.
But yeah.
Well, once they figure out math, and it's just because it's like, and like I said, I'm not, math is not my strong suit. I never claim it to be. But I also understand that if you know math, you can do anything. Math, every problem mankind has overcome, math has been the reason why. And so, it's kind of a big deal.
Well, I think you and Superintendent Luck were talking about welding last hour.
Mm-hmm.
We don't teach any welding.
No.
We do not teach that.
No, but through math you can learn to weld, I bet.
Yeah.
Guess how they learn to weld? some science people ran some numbers and said, hey, if you heat up metal to a point, it does this. Yeah. So, but guys, thank you as always. Appreciate the visit. We'll see you here next week here as we get a little closer. Don't forget, we'll keep on people's radar about this. But start signing your teams up now. Start putting together. Again, you can have up to 5. And my recommendation is try to go overall, build a team of super troopers. Get your sport expert, get your pop culture expert, get your math expert, your history expert, whatever, however you deem it important, or just be a pig and do it all yourself. Whatever you want to do, it's entirely up to you.
If you're that good, bring it on.
That's right, bring it.
Yeah, bring it on.
Bring it. Put it where your mouth is here. So, thank you guys. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Mike.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. He's 5'9" or 5'10", of average build. The FBI's newly released description of the suspect in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The suspect is seen in video recorded by a front porch camera at the missing woman's home. SpaceX has launched a crew of 4 heading to the International Space Station for an 8-month stay. A couple of Americans, a French astronaut, and a Russian are on board the trip to the space station. They're replacements for the astronauts involved in NASA's first medical evacuation last month. The lockdown has been lifted, but no class today following a deadly shooting at South Carolina State University in Orangeburg. 2 people killed, 1 wounded. No information on a possible suspect. And a leading barometer of inflation has tumbled to a 5-month low. Stocks on Wall Street are higher. More details, srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory. The warm embrace of New York socialism has just introduced a new in-person way to meet your next mate. Say hello to blindfold speed dating, the hip new way for the young at heart to introduce themselves to other free-range chickens looking for their next candygram. No peeking now. Keep that blindfold right there while you sniff around for a new bunkmate to share the washer-dryer with. And no talking either. Just feel around for lumps as you move through the ballroom. Leave those old dating apps behind. That's so last year. You'll want to pull on your rubber gloves first. You don't know where it's been. And use your smeller to sort animal from vegetable from solid state. And if you come up on one with their pronouns all pinned to their shirt, just move on to the next table. No questions asked. Now be careful though. People stink, some worse than others. So just say, show me your agenda, and look to see if anything is actionable. Naturally, we ask low whiskers to stop by the blindfold speed dating store for a tour.
Don't talk to me right now, Uncle Otis. I'm not doing anything until I get out of these wet shoes.
Now, all this might sound like a lot of eggs for speed dating, but you'll catch on quick once you get a good whiff of Mr. Lost and Found. So come on now, you can't win if you don't play. And remember, we do all this pro bono, so it's all free. That's the way we Otis. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some showers and even a few thunderstorms are possible today. We have that big low pressure system heading through. Upper 60s on the afternoon high. Pretty good chance of showers overnight, at least until about midnight. Then we should clear up a little bit. We'll be in the low 40s, back to sunshine and breezy on Saturday with mid 60s. Our Sunday looks good, sunny and 70. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. Another big tech sell-off yesterday with investors rotating into value and small caps. Worries about AI, its dominance, and the amount of debt that big tech firms are racking up to get ahead was the reason. It's slightly odd that debt worries are surfacing now because all tech companies carry debt. Most of them are essentially startups and in hot to the bank still. That's why when interest rates go down, stocks tend to rally in the tech sector. The amount of debt being taken on by the big tech names, though, is big and unprecedented at $650 billion over the next handful of years. Cisco Systems was one of Thursday's big fallers, though they rose immediately after reporting earnings. They fell when Wall Street realized that their margins would be less than expected. Cisco down 13%. Coinbase, one of America's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges, the company downgraded by analysts before their earnings could come out. Coinbase down 7%. Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, and gold all down on Thursday. Elsewhere, Russia is blocking Meta Platforms' owned WhatsApp from 100 million Russian users. They say they can turn to a local version called Max instead. Lululemon shares down 3% yesterday after a second pair of leggings is considered to be see-through. And later today, we get the key inflation data and we get earnings from one of the companies that brought us the vaccines during COVID, Moderna. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd. When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. Stay tuned next hour. We'll have the folks from the Roswell Public Library join us, give us an update on what's happening over there. News next. We'll be back on the other side. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. Amit Thomason. Inflation in retreat, falling to a nearly 5-year low last month.
The cost of goods and services didn't rise as fast in January as they did a year ago. Overall inflation dropped to 2.4%, not too far from the Federal Reserve's 2% target. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports gas prices fell more than 3% last month, while grocery prices ticked higher.
Correspondent Greg Clugston. He's 5'9" or 5'10" of average build. The FBI's newly released description of the suspect in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The suspect is seen in video, recorded by a front porch cam at the missing woman's home. The FBI increasing its reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction to $100,000. SpaceX has launched a crew of 4 heading to the International Space Station, a couple of Americans, a French astronaut, and a Russian. They'll spend 8 months on the orbiting outpost. Deadly gunfire at a South Carolina university.
2 people are dead and 1 wounded after a shooting in South Carolina State University residential complex in Orangeburg. The university says it has not confirmed the victims' identities or the condition of the person who was wounded. The school was put on lockdown for at least 4 hours. Investigators were on site and law enforcement officers patrolled the campus and nearby areas early Friday. The university cancelled Friday classes and is making counsellors available to students.
Correspondent Luke Garrett says a lockdown has since been lifted and there is no information on a possible suspect. Midnight is the deadline for a partial government shutdown, this one affecting the Department of Homeland Security. On Wall Street, the Dow is up about 94 points. The Nasdaq trading 3 points higher, and the S&P is better by 16. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it?
You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
In Britain, a court ruling in a case pitting free speech rights against government efforts to combat terrorism.
Britain's High Court has ruled that the government's decision to outlaw the protest group Palestine Action as a terrorist group was unlawful. The judges said that the ban will, however, remain in place for the British government to decide if they want to appeal the decision. Last year, Britain's government decided to label Palestine Action as a terrorist organisation, meaning that any members could be punished by up to 14 years in prison. Since then, more than 2,000 people have been arrested for holding signs saying, "I support Palestine Action." Supporters of Palestine Action and civil liberties groups say the arrests for peaceful protest trample over free speech and the right to protest. Karen Shamas, London.
Top international security figures have gathered in Germany. It's the Munich Security Conference. News and analysis, townhall.com. New studies suggest genetic testing can speed the return of the American chestnut tree. It once dominated forests in the east.
The tree became functionally extinct by the 1950s because of a fungal blight and root rot. Researchers are now hoping to revive the tree, but with some genetic modifications that retain its height and character, yet incorporate the greater disease resistance found in the Chinese chestnut. To do that, they're using hybrid breeding, and by using genetic testing, they hope to accelerate the process by selecting only the trees most likely to yield the desired result. Bob Agnew reporting.
President Trump says he's built a campaign war chest exceeding $1.5 billion. That is an unprecedented sum for a lame duck president. Mr. Trump claims to have raked in that much money between Election Day 2024 and last August. Funds could play a big role in the midterm elections. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The traveler said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Grayson Beardos was like,
sorry.
Did we just warp?
No, it's 3. Sorry,
Okay.
my head was in
I was
another
like, we
place.
hit Groundhog Hour.
Well, it was weird. The phone rang right when I was talking, so I heard that and it distracted me. I'm not gonna lie.
Throw the brain off.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I bet that's our good. So, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Eve.
Yes.
If you hopefully have plans.
Plan accordingly if you have not done so. If not, I recommend hitting DQ and get a pizza cake.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those weekends that's weird for me because Normally, just as a single guy, I don't really put a lot of stock into Valentine's Day. But I have the kids this weekend, and I want to, make their Valentine's Day feel special. So it's like, well, I'm thinking about the dinner, but everything's gonna be packed. So my brain starts thinking, where's some off the beaten path places we can go?
I gotta be honest. I think especially with your daughter and her, I would do get one of those heart-shaped pizzas at one of the I know Papa Murphy's does them. I think Dion's might do it too.
Papa John's used to back when we had one.
Yeah, but maybe that might be the safe bet.
That could be. That might be.
She likes pepperoni, right?
Might be the move. Yeah, she definitely is a pepperoni.
That might
kid.
be the way to go. And the boy will eat anything.
Well,
right?
he's open to pretty much. He's open to anything, but he's also really eager to try new stuff.
Okay, and then if it's Papa Murphy's, then maybe also dip in for like a Cinna pizza or something, or one of the dessert pizzas,
right?
Or one of the dessert deals. I know they got cookie dough or something.
Well, and I should honestly get her a shirt that says this. Pretty much anywhere in Roswell's a safe bet because she can get chicken strips anywhere.
Right.
So, but I've thought about getting that shirt. My daughter has a wide palate. She's had chicken strips at Chinese restaurants, Mexican restaurants, Thai.
So she likes all the chicken strips.
Yeah, all the chicken strips. Yeah, there are some that are a little spicy. She doesn't like Popeyes too much because they're a little bit on the Cajun side.
Yeah, my issue with chicken strips is the breading.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm like, they go a little too heavy with the breading, and it's too crunchy. It's more breading than meat. That disturbs me.
I was raised on Cap'n Crunch. I don't like foods that cut up the roof of my mouth. You know?
Yeah. When it's like that, it's not my jam.
Right.
I almost like the lighter breaded.
I prefer a lighter breaded. Have you ever seen? And this is an obscure reference, but have you ever seen any of the videos online of people making the chicken based off of the recipe from Los Pollos Hermanos?
No, I have not.
So there's some of these YouTubers.
Is that apparently a good one?
Well, it's Guatemalan fried chicken. It's the way that they do it with their spices and stuff. But the breading that they do is a very light dredge breading, so it's not like craggy. You don't get those real chunky pieces of bread, but it fully coats and it's got a good crunch to it.
That actually sounds delightful.
It's almost overdone too. Like they fry it for longer, so it gets kind of.
I like a little crispy like that. But I don't like it over crisp. Or I don't like too much crust on it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Crispy, but not crusty.
Mm-hmm. Not a crusty fella.
No.
Yeah, crusty's a rough way to describe food.
No, I mean pie crust is about the only place. Crusts on a pie. I do remember there is an old clip of Colonel Sanders doing a radio ad from back in the day, and it's a bunch of outtakes, and he's literally going, "We got the crustiest chicken crust." it's right there with that. It's right there with that dollars Alex Trebek thing, you know. This is old Radiohead stuff right here. But yeah, and it was Don and Mike Show used to play this clip of Colonel Sanders doing this. We got the crustiest chicken. It's like
craggy, I think, is a better way to describe crusty. I mean, crusty is just that's a rough sell.
Yeah,
that's there's the old Orson Welles tapes where he's stumbling over the phrase crumb crisp coating.
I remember that. Yeah,
it was like a bird's eye vegetables thing. And he kept saying crumb crisp coating. He couldn't get it out.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
It does not.
It's not. And Orson Welles was he
was an orator. He was
master. Yeah, I mean he was a movie director mostly, but I mean he was a master. To this day, Nightmare Fuel is Orson Welles' narration of that Nostradamus documentary I watched in the late 70s. That thing, I was convinced the world was going to end in 1986. I swear it was. That was the one thing I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have watched that when I was at that age. That was something maybe I shouldn't have seen.
Yeah. There's a lot of those out there that when you look back on it, you're like, yeah, I probably definitely should not have seen Pet Sematary 2 at age 8. You know?
Yeah, and I remember, there was the OG Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. I remember watching that. And I was convinced the whole night someone was under my bed going to shoot a machete up to that thing.
Will eat me.
Yeah, I was convinced. Yeah, I was like, there's somebody with a machete underneath there.
That happened to me after the movie, the miniseries It, the original back in the day, because I was just a little kid, and I had for the first time in my life, and I still to this day remember this. I had a dream that picked up again the next night.
Oh, wow.
It was like I was running from a clown that was walking but was somehow keeping up with me. And then I woke up, and then I went back to sleep the next night, and I was in a maze, and the clown was still after me. It's like, that's never happened to me.
A two-nighter. Wow, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, no, yeah, those were... You know, the one that got me was... It was around the same time in the 70s with the Nostradamus stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was one of these the documentary, like, the 2020 specials or something, but they were doing the whole thing on JFK, and I think for, like, one of the first times ever, they were putting the Zapruder film, like, on national TV or something like that. And I remember catching a glimpse of that, thinking, yeah, I remember, like, sneaking seeing it. Like, my parents were watching it, and I was in the other, like, looking from the hallway kind of thing. And I remember seeing it, and, yeah, I regretted that decision afterwards. I was like, it's like Faces of Death. The first time you watch it, you watch that thing, you're like, yeah, why did we do this?
There's certain things that part of it's like you want to, you want to poke the dead body or whatever, but then you regret afterwards, like, I just opened a box up that I'm never going to be able to close back. Yeah. Like, it's weird what'll trigger it too. Like, and I've talked about this before, but John Ankerberg was a televangelist or whatever, and he used to do the John Ankerberg show. He did this one episode or a series of episodes on Satanism and heavy metal music and like the correlation of the two.
Yeah, that vaguely sounds familiar, actually.
And the way that it was presented was like it was showing like these demons dancing around, but it was to like The Wall. Like Pink Floyd,
right?
And it's like all this stuff. As a kid, when I watched, I'm like, oh, it felt evil. The presence of evil was there.
Right.
And I look back and I'm like, they were talking about like Poison,
right?
Like glam rock and stuff, and like that was really a stretch.
Yeah,
the Satanic Panic was really hyped up in the.
Well, and that's like the Dungeons and Dragons was another one that got really wrapped up into that. You know, if your kids are playing this, they're Satan worshipers. Yeah. And I was like, they're just playing a fantasy game about dragons and stuff. That's really about it.
I don't know if Satan worshippers rock pocket protectors. So. All right.
Well, and the D&D players were a different breed of nerd.
Mm-hmm.
They were like they're more in your goth nerd,
and still are too. Like if you look at like modern like tabletop gamers, and like D&D players and stuff, they're very much their own brand of like it's not even like a nerd nerd thing. It's every other aspect of their life. They're relatively a normal person. It's just when this one thing gets breached, it just all comes out.
But I think nerds are like heavy metal music, where it broke off into 37 genres. Now you got death metal, you got screamo, you got alternative, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Nerds are like that too. You got your goth nerds that are your D&Ders. You got your pocket protector computer nerds. You got sports nerds, which is a whole nother.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm 100% an IRC nerd, which is an internet wrestling community nerd.
Yeah.
IWC nerd.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the internet for you. It's compartmentalized everybody to the point where it's we find our niche and we just live comfortably in it.
Right. So yeah, I think that's my comparison for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds are like heavy metal music.
Nerds very much like. Judas Priest.
There you go. All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a bit. Take a quick commercial break. And then folks in the Roswell Public Library, I believe, are here to join us to give us an update what's happening at the Roswell Public Library.
I should have said Iron Maiden. That's really the ultimate nerd heavy metal crossover.
Yeah.
Because you got metalheads singing about like Mordor and stuff. That's truly the crossover.
Yeah, and then you get into some of those metal bands that were more like these opera thingies. Like Kingdom Fall or something. It was what is those? I can't remember any of those names.
They're more just like melodic.
Yeah, they're they're like an opera almost, where they they get the costumes and they get it's a whole story. Each song is a tale in of itself.
A rock opera.
They're 17 minutes long, and they have 37 different time pitch changes, and yeah, it's very crazy.
Again, you really
Dream Theater. That's one of those bands. Yeah,
it's like again, you really want to talk about time changes?
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
Yeah, but they do it in 6 minutes. These guys do it in 37.
That's true.
It's like just when their songs are getting over, these guys are just getting through the intro.
You could argue that genre of music begat Fish.
Yes. Yeah.
The jam band.
Yes. But no, yes, Metallica does have their 12-minute songs here and there. They're instrumentals.
But whenever they do the time signature change, it's it's usually done really well and fun to listen to. So
they're the best at it.
difference.
I don't care what anybody says. Metallica's the best at the signature changes. They're so good at going from that thrash to dark, heavy, quick to melodic. They do it. They could go 6 different directions in one song.
Yeah, I've heard them go from 4/4 to 6/4 to 6/3 to 4/2 and just all over.
And I don't know anything about music. I just know that sounds complicated. So. I wish I could do it.
Right.
I can't play Hot Cross Buns on a recorder. That's my level of music. So, all right, it is 9:17. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Some showers and even a few thunderstorms are possible today. We have that big low pressure system heading through. Upper 60s on the afternoon high. Pretty good chance of showers overnight, at least until about midnight. Then we should clear up a little bit. We'll be in the low 40s, back to sunshine and breezy on Saturday with mid 60s. Our Sunday looks good, sunny and 70. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 50 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 66%. Winds are currently out of the north at 8 miles per hour. We are looking at a 50% chance of rain. They say these showers should be kicking in mainly after 2 o'clock today. Skies will be cloudy for the day. Highs expected to reach 70. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying expecting less than 1/10 of an inch of rain today. So we'll see. But we'll take whatever moisture we can get. 30% chance of showers for tonight, mainly before 8 p.m. Cloudy early, but skies will gradually clear. Expect an overnight low of 41 with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. For the weekend on Saturday, no rain talk, but wind talk. Sunny and 67. Breezy with west winds early 10 to 15 miles per hour. The afternoon, those winds will pick up out of the northwest. 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. But it sounds like those winds will be short-lived because by Saturday night, clear skies, overnight low of 35, so a little chillier, but winds will be out of the north 5 to 10. We're back up for 70 for a high and sunny on Sunday with winds out of the south 10 to 15, and it looks like next week's going to be warm. For President's Day Monday, increasing clouds, but 78 for a high. 76 and breezy on Tuesday. So, yeah, we're pushing 80 on President's Day Monday. So, welcome to New Mexico weather. All right, it is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll talk Roswell Public Library on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Accelerate your expectations at Roswell Nissan with double your down payment, up to $2,000 towards your next vehicle. Get 0% APR for 60 months on all 25 Muranos and 26 Rogues and Muranos. How about $3,000 bonus cash on all 25 Altimas? And with double your down payment on the pre-owned lot, you'll save like never before. And in service, take 15% off parts sold at counter. Accelerate your expectations all month long at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
Artesia General Hospital presents expert tips for a healthier cold weather season. As temperatures drop, your risk for seasonal illness rises, but small daily habits can protect you. First, strengthen your immunity. Get your annual flu vaccination and keep hands clean. Second, maintain balanced nutrition. Enjoy holiday meals, but focus on vegetables, lean proteins, and mindful portions. Third, protect your skin. Heated indoor air pulls moisture away from your body. Apply moisturizer twice a day and stay well hydrated. Healthy routines don't need to be complicated, just consistent. These healthy living reminders are brought to you by Artesia General Hospital, ready to take care of you and your family.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So We did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Jesus gives the following instructions. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, don't withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, don't demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Jesus is calling us to do the opposite of our natural tendencies. He calls us to be different, to stand out for good, to be light and not darkness. He calls us to lead by being servants. As you go through this week, practice putting someone else's needs ahead of your own. Pray for someone who's hurt you. Don't retaliate when someone offends you. See what difference it makes in your heart. You may be surprised by the outcome. You may not, but whatever happens, you'll be following the teachings of Jesus, and that's always the right choice to make.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Public Library, Megan Rock joining us this morning. Good morning, Megan. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here.
Well, glad to have you. We're just chit-chatting, and she's actually relatively new to this area, but has a very worldly experience coming from originally Canada, and then, of course, making a home in Alaska, now here in Roswell, New Mexico. So, so welcome to Roswell.
Well, yes, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying it here, especially at the library. It's a perfect fit for me.
Sure, that's you've always been a reader, huh? Just since.
Yes, and I'm actually, my position there is STEM instructor
Okay.
or STEAM instructor.
Okay.
And that's an acronym for science, technology, engineering, art, and math.
Yeah, so you get to add the art part with the STEAM there.
Yeah,
so.
it really broaches it for students and community members that are
Sure.
coming into those classes. It's a nice bridge because sometimes math or engineering or technology can be a bit broad
Absolutely.
or a bit intimidating. But we do lots of fun projects there. So for Valentine's Day, we did a paper circuit Valentine. So we made Valentines that lit up.
Nice.
Which was really fun for the kids.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That and that's something that I think more families need to be aware of and take advantage of. Is there are so many extracurricular, like particularly I know homeschool families tend to utilize the resources more often because these programs and things, because it adds enrichment to what they're doing at home. But I would offer, particularly if your child's having maybe a difficulty in STEM or math or one of these issues, going to the library and participating in some of these other activities, it kind of, like you says, it puts a fun spin on it. So math is boring when you look at least to me, you look at formulas and all of that stuff, and you see it in that context. You're like, okay, but when you say, but with this math, I can make this.
Exactly.
That's where you're like, and so the library gives that opportunity to say, see what you can do with math and science and technology.
Yeah, and we're really fortunate at the Roswell Public Library because we have a particular classroom. It's called a maker's space.
Mm-hmm.
And there are only a few of them, throughout the United States, and we're fortunate enough to have one.
Yeah.
And it's a collaborative workspace that provides kids and patrons with access to tools and technology. So we have the resources to create, innovate, and learn through hands-on projects, which is an excellent way to learn and to retain information.
Sure.
So we're very fortunate, and the Makerspace has lots of traditional craft materials, but we've got two 3D printers. We have a glow forge, which is a laser engraver.
Okay.
We've got Cricut machines and machines that you can make T-shirts on and buttons. We've got sewing machines and sergers, and it's all available to our community.
Absolutely.
It's just a fantastic space. It's a happy place to be working and innovating with my community.
Absolutely. And it's really, and like you said, it's for the whole community, whereas you might get some younger teenagers and things, and they start doing a widget. Who knows? Maybe they're using this as a plan to be a platform for a business model someday or something.
Yeah.
But who's to say an adult can't come in there and start doing the same kind of thing and say, I do have an idea, but I don't have the tools or the, I don't have access to a $100,000, laser engraver or something like that. But the library does, and I can get started there and getting my concept and getting my thing, and then, work on investors and, the next step of starting a business.
Yes, Mike, that's exactly the idea
Mm-hmm.
and the hopes that we have people. We do have people coming in and taking advantage, adult and children. And you can come in and just make a little reservation with me, and we can do what we're calling a certification on
Gotcha.
each of those.
Yeah, they want you blowing up the machines.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's this button do? Don't push that button.
Right. So once you learn the basics, then you can come in on your own with your materials and, reserve the glow forge, let's say, for an hour or so, as long as you want. And you have the ability to create and to test.
Absolutely.
And to explore.
Absolutely. And have and be creative, explore that. And that's why I love with the kids side of it, because let's just face it, when we're younger, our imaginations are way better.
Sure.
And as we get adults, we in life, puts seriousness in your world. You lose that ability to imagine
dream.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to give a kid a canvas at that young age to do something like that's pretty cool.
Trying to spark that interest in STEM and STEAM technologies and careers. So developing a career path with Ian and UR. They have a STEM lab there. They've got their aeronautics going on really well. I mean, that's a direct path for our community, keeping our jobs and careers here in Roswell instead of that brain drain where people were going elsewhere for good jobs, good
absolutely
careers.
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of and you're seeing this also at the college and high school levels here too. And so we're to make these technologies available now, and even right here at the city level with the library, it's this is what and the best part about everything we're just saying here, all you have to do is go to the library and get a free library card.
Exactly.
And turn your library books in on time. And guess what? You got the world's your oyster right there.
Yes, and to get a library card, really all you need to do is have identification that proves who you are and where you live. So an up-to-date address.
Yeah. So and it could be like a water bill or something if it's got your name on it or whatever. It doesn't have to necessarily be a license or something like that.
Right. And we don't just have the STEAM classes going on. We've got a cooking class for adults as well as children. So we're teaching about whole foods and nutrition, cooking skills. We've got, the Pause reading program where children are coming in and reading to the dog Zoe.
Yeah, it's such a great thing.
Tying back into literacy, which feeds the library.
And you have like other outside entities that come in, like 4-H and things, and they'll do things. The master gardeners will come and do a thing on plants and gardening, and just about weekly there's new things happening at the library.
Yes, and if you want to see some of our program, we do have a calendar online, and it's 4 months ahead of time, so you have time to plan. You know what to. But literally, if you show up on a Saturday at 10 o'clock. There's going to be
something's going on.
Yeah, and
could be like a holiday event, like a Dia de los Muertos or something like that, or it could be more of a STEM or STEAM related activity.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. But I do know this: if you're old school, which I kind of like, you can always go to the front desk at the library and get those same calendars on paper form. That way you can put it up on your fridge if you like. I know some of us like to,
same way.
with the kids and like to let them circle their events. So if you like to do it in a more low tech way, you can grab one there. But if you don't want to wait that long, you can go to the city's website. It's roswell-nm.gov, and there's a tab for the library right there. Click that. That's the easiest way to get there. It's like there is a direct link, but there's no point trying to do that. It's like .this dash, and so just click the library tab on the city's website, and then you can see the calendar there, and then you can print it off, or I'm sure you can. For smartphone people, attach it so it it lines up with your Google Calendar or something like that.
You got it. So tomorrow we've got a cooking class where we're doing homemade hot chocolate for Valentine's.
Oh, nice.
And then my next STEAM class is on Saturday after this week, so a week from today, and we're doing geodes, and we have Dawn from Rock of Ages coming in. We're going to be cracking open real geodes.
Oh, very cool.
And then making our own. So
nice. That'll be a lot of fun. And those you get treasured keepsakes, and dare I say, a good Valentine's Day gift for maybe mom or their sweetheart.
Yeah, so our students or our participants are always leaving some of those classes with something to take home, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, another one I like too, and this gets into the cooking one here, is forgive me, I don't remember the name of the actual course, but each month they focus on a different spice.
Yes, that's a spice club.
Yeah. And so like it'll be a different, and like around the holidays it was ginger because of gingerbread men and stuff, and I think turmeric was what turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric. That's that stuff. Stuff that's good for your body.
Poppy seed is this month.
This month's poppy seeds.
Yeah.
Very good. So they can do, and so the kids get to learn.
They get a little packet of spice of their own.
Yeah.
A recipe, and then a little history of the spice.
Absolutely. So poppy. I mean, I'm a bagel guy, and I'm better in a poppy seed bagel sometimes. Although doctor would disagree, but that's another.
We've also, I'm trying to think, I don't want to forget anything, but we've got a Senior Planet class, and that is where we have seniors come in and learn about technology.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Simplify the complicated, and I'm at that point now where, like, because I grew up, I'm in my 50s, so I kind of grew up in the 80s with the technology and, you know, how it's kind of inside, but I'm at a point now where, like, I think my brain's full, and, like, all right, I can't.
You have to get rid of some things to put new things in.
Yeah, this whole ChatGPT VR world and all that. I'm like, I'm like, I like to go to a website and type it in. You know, I like to, you know, I'm just now getting a facial ID thing down. I mean, you know, it's like.
Well, this on February 28th, they're doing a little bit about Spotify.
Okay, so you want to learn about putting music and having, you know,
really practical stuff.
Sure.
Really approachable, and they've got a great instructor with small classes, so that's really taking off, and I'm glad for it. I think it's a really neat program.
Well, and that's a handy thing, you know, for you know, as you know, seniors could find use in this. Like if you do have like a home, like Alexa or whatever variant of that thing is, you know, those, if you learn those a little bit. Now, granted, you know, everyone's listening and all that, and sure, we can play that game all day. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking if I'm a senior and I'm a little old, and then you have like the life alert fall type moments and things.
Yeah.
Those are very good tools. You can have that thing called. But when you're not dealing with emergency stuff, you could set up that Spotify account. You could literally be doing your chores and say, hey, play my house cleaning playlist, and it's all your favorite songs while you're vacuuming or cleaning or doing.
It's
you know.
life-changing.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things there that's relatively easily to set up, and so these classes can help you navigate those kinds of skill sets.
Yeah, and as well as safety
Mhm.
on the internet.
Absolutely, yeah, the safety and security, and you know, it's kind of like the world in the phone world when people call in and want your social security numbers, and they tell you that no one's ever going to ask you.
Yeah.
Internet's not a whole lot different. They're going to send you to websites and get emails all the time that are designed to fool you, and they get better and better at it each time. They'll fool even the most savvy of people sometimes with these emails. They'll falsify company names thinking you've got some FedEx package or something out there, and it turns out it's just some fishing for money, or God forbid, these ones with saying they got family members and all kinds of those darker ones. It's very common. And so taking some of these classes just to, if nothing else, make yourself aware of those things is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
We've got a Keep Calm and Color On classroom too, speaking about, you know, nervousness. But, you can come in, and we've got all different types of coloring books.
Sure.
We supplies all of the pencils and crayons and things like that. And that's for adults and you know,
this kind of stemmed, I don't know, half dozen years or so ago, where it was a trend where adult coloring books started kind of coming into the lexicon here. And now, granted, I think they use more coloring pencils than crayons, and like what we were used to as a kid.
Yeah.
But the coloring books are way more adult, or they're a little intricate, they're a little complicated, a little harder to stay in lines, things like that. But people find it kind of cathartic, relaxing, and say, hey, I'm just going to shut my brain off and color for an hour.
Sure.
You know,
or
and
meet a friend and socialize.
Yeah.
And it's really relaxing. We have puzzles that are available to everyone as well.
Gotcha. So if
We've got a chess club. I wish I wasn't working on the day that the chess club was in, but I see people in there playing all ages. We have a chess master that teaches that.
Oh, great. So if you want to learn the game from the basics, or master from wherever, that's the thing of chess is, it takes 5 minutes to learn, but a lifetime to master, kind of thing.
For sure. It's something like that you can, it's kind of like a rabbit hole or golf, where you just can, there's always room to improve.
Sure, absolutely. You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was thinking, you know, I have that moment like at Cracker Barrel. Because like when you're sitting and waiting at Cracker Barrel, and they always got that peg game. I could sit there for hours. If I had like nothing else in my life, and you just sat me in a table and said, here, I'll sit there all day and do that,
Yeah,
and I'll be just
brilliant
content.
with that.
Yeah,
you don't realize how long you're waiting for your dinner.
yeah. But that's one of those moments for me is that peg game at Cracker Barrel. But anyway, what else do we want to put on people's radar?
Well, we've got a new kind of club. It's called Books and Bites, and it's a book club.
Okay.
And it's the first Wednesday of each month at around 3 o'clock, and you can come in and discuss the book that everyone's reading.
Okay.
And they've got snacks and lively discussions.
Okay.
Variety of titles, so including fiction, nonfiction, biographies. Books set in New Mexico. All the books are pre-selected and available for loan right at the front desk. So
Very good. Yeah, they
and
usually get the book club. They have enough copies of that one available so the whole club can rent it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've never done a book club, but if you're a reader and an avid reader, I highly recommend taking it to the next level and checking out a book club. And
Me too.
For a couple reasons. One is, as an avid reader, I don't care who you are, you tend to pigeonhole yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
I only read mysteries or only read this author or whatever it is. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with enjoying a particular thing, but you kind of you tend to miss a lot of cool books out there, a lot of opportunities. And so a book club almost forces you out of that book comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Making you read books that maybe you would have not have normally picked up on your own here. And they usually offer, like this one does, a variety. It may be a more serious tone book that's a nonfiction about a biography about someone's impactful life one month. The next month, it might be a fantasy story about something that's very real, like an immigration story or something. It's a fiction, but seems very nonfiction in our world today kind of thing. And with this one, sounds like about a New Mexico-based one. So we have a lot of great New Mexico authors that write great. And everything from science fiction to westerns to biographies to fantasy.
Yeah.
And we have New Mexico is home to many artist types. When it comes to authors, painters, sculptors, whatever it is, New Mexico is an inspirational home to many artist types.
It is. I love that about the state.
I mean, yes, we do have the Game of Thrones guy. He's kind of a big deal that lives here. But there are so many other artists that don't have his clout that call New Mexico home. And so I imagine you could probably do an exclusive book club just on New Mexico authors or authors that live in New Mexico, and you could probably be filled for years of books there. So, but it's really cool. I highly recommend you check it out. Plus, you get to meet people. So if you're trying to look for some friends, this is a great way to do it. You make a couple friends, and next thing you know, you got more than your book club and bite buddies. You got a lunch buddy, or you got someone that you go who, God forbid, maybe. I'm not saying get there, but next thing you know, you're going on vacations together and stuff. I'm just
playing
saying,
chess.
Yeah. This is how you find friends and things like that.
I've met so many wonderful people just working there, and really feel part of the community now.
Yeah.
And I'm just loving it.
And it's the great thing about a book club is if your life's busy, you kind of read on your own time thing. But if you are retired or have a slower paced life, then you can kind of it gives you more meaning, more to fill in there, more things to do, more opportunities to connect with people.
Yeah,
and
get away from the screen time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a big thing. That's something I'm learning as I'm older, because a lot of us will watch TV and then go to bed, but they really say you need to unplug that screen about an hour at least before you go to bed.
At least, yeah.
Maybe more of us need to just like you used to see it on TV all the time. The husband and wife, at night before they both got their book or their magazine before they go to bed for an hour. Maybe we need to get back to that, doing that before
we
go to bed.
absolutely do. Lowers your cortisol for sure.
Yeah.
That blue light out of your eye.
Yeah. It's you don't realize these things, but it's all impacts the brain and the mind and your lifestyle. So, which again, that's the beauty of the library here too. And I also want to remind people too that through the Roswell Public Library's website, there's a whole slew of free things you can take advantage of. Again, if you need tutoring help for your kids at high school, college, I think even middle school levels and things, that resource is available through the website. If you're going on road trips and you want to download audiobooks or things like that, and music, things like that, movies.
Libby. It's called, the app is Libby.
Libby. Mm-hmm. That is available to you free of charge.
Yeah, also the Tumble Book Library. It's online all the time.
Okay.
And it's a free subscription through our library, and the families can access it from home. It's free. It's an online collection of ebooks for children, so helping children read online. We're back on that screen, but it's a whole library that is virtual.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's all there, and it's resource. So in theory, you can tap into a lot of the library's resources and never actually set foot in the library. I don't recommend it, but you can theoretically do that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
also, before I forget, while we're on this topic, we have one that is also called Comics Plus.
Oh,
and
cool.
so you can access thousands of digital comics, graphic novels, and manga. No holds, no wait times.
Yeah.
It's just right there available for you.
And again, this kind of also addresses that need of something for everybody. Whereas, it seems like in libraries we just tend, young kids, plenty of resources, adults, plenty of resources. But what makes how do we make the teenager tick, and what they're into? And to be honest, graphic novels, comic books, these are the types of literature that are generally your teens, your early 20s, something like that. That's kind of what they're gravitating.
Yeah, and specifically for teens, we have a First Friday gaming kind of club.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's for tweens and teens, so ages 12 to 18. So you can just swing by the library on the first Friday of the month at around 3:30 to 5:30. And you can just, get your gaming champion on a brand new PlayStation that we have. So you can just come back, hang out, kick back, level up your gaming, and have some Friday afternoon fun.
Yeah, it's a great kind of way to blow off the week and get into the weekend here and do family stuff together, and that's kind of a family Friday kind of.
Yeah,
deal.
exactly. We had a very successful Hello Kitty tea party last month, but this month we are having a Peter Pan Fly Away to Neverland party.
Very good.
And that is on February 28th. It starts at 10 a.m. So we'll have scavenger hunts and themed crafts and snacks. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I say bring the kids and dress up as your favorite Peter Pan characters,
Yeah.
Be
So
Peter, be
Hook,
the
crocodile,
Tinkerbell. I mean,
Yeah.
the list goes. I mean, if we want to go Disney here, we can get into some of the get into some of the characters there.
Yeah.
But absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. We'll have some people dressed up.
Although I gotta be honest, we gotta have a Peter Pan peanut butter snack based product there at some way or shape or form.
The thing is with peanut butter.
I know everyone gets nervous. All right, we'll have like a special spot. Say, all right, if your kid's peanuts, stay away from this room. But if not, come have celery and peanut butter or something. It's
Celery peanut butter.
Yeah.
Pirate chips.
Yeah, I know, but it's Peter Pan peanut butter. It's just what it is. But yeah, and this is what I love about this, because you get different family, because depending on how old you are,
exactly,
it's your version, your generation. Like I obviously, yes, I grew up with the Disney cartoon and everything, but I also grew up in the age of the Robin Williams Hook movie, so I really enjoy that story of Peter Pan as well too. So and then if they're in the 90s or whenever there was another version in the early 2000s or something.
It was cartoon, yeah.
Oh yeah, but I think there was a live action one too. But a darker version.
I'm sure it's a
Like
classic.
Yeah, I want to say there was more of an adult version. More, I mean, not like, but it was a little darker. Like it wasn't like the kid. It was a little more just adult themed, I guess you could say. Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't think it was a big hit. But anyway, I remember it in the theater for a minute. So, but anyway, whatever version it is, you kind of get to and say, well, I remember when I was a kid, we had this version, and we got to see that. And
I felt like that with the Grinch. I dressed up as the Grinch for our Yuletide festival.
Yeah.
And people were referencing Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
But I hadn't seen
the Jim Carrey version.
I had only seen the cartoon version.
Well, and to me, that's the Grinch. That is the cartoon. You're a mean one, Mr. That's the whole thing.
Well done.
Yeah, I can do that. I can hit that note. There's about any others, but yeah, that's the Grinch I know. So, but anyway, enjoy. And that remind me of the date on that one again.
So that is February the 28th.
28th.
It's a Saturday.
Okay, last day of the month.
Yeah.
Good deal. So come and get ready to enjoy Peter Pan, and who knows, maybe the day before or night before, tell the story with your kids or watch a movie to get them into the spirit of it there, and then come in and
grab the book.
Yeah, and come and get the book, or maybe see the movie and then read the book, so they can afterward, do the movie as a precursor, and then we'll read the book together as a family kind of thing. That'd be
That's a great idea.
Yeah, good deal. Is there anything else on the radar we want to put out there?
I could go on forever. We've got Mother Goose classes. That's on Tuesdays from 10:30. Starts at 10:30, and that's for birth to 3 years old. So
yes.
It's a lap sit program. I think you've talked to Diana.
We have talked about that. And the great thing about that is when it comes to reading and stuff, science is out there. You read to babies, you're reading to them before they're of the age to read on their own.
They are developing their cognitive ability.
Absolutely.
To recognize words.
It does that. So please, if you can get your children in front of it, and that's the one that they do an English version and a Spanish version.
Exactly.
Right?
We have the bilingual version at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. And I say every time, bring your kid to either. I don't care what their native tongue is. Bring them to both. Kids are sponges. Mm-hmm. If you want to teach a kid a foreign language, the younger you expose it to them, the more likely they're going to absorb it. By the time we wait till high school to teach it, it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, your brains are more malleable.
Yeah, it's just the way to do it. If I was a parent with a kid, that's the first thing I'm doing is I'm exposing them to multi-language, especially living in southeast New Mexico, where Spanish is English. You can navigate either way in this community, and if you know both fluently, you're ahead of the game.
You're ahead of the game.
Absolutely. Sure. So take them to both. Spanish one, English one, don't matter.
I agree. And then we've got this kind of the same programming for older children. So for a preschool program, so from 3 to 5 years old, that's Wednesdays at 10:30 in English. And then we, again, later on in the day at 5 o'clock, we have the bilingual version.
Very good. Yeah. So kind of mark it on your calendars and try to make plans to attend that. Again, we always say, homeschool and things like that. Of course, this is a little bit before the schooling there, but coming out to that. But certainly, this is something that maybe that's one of the things where you bring the young one during that time, and if the teenagers are what older is, okay, now here's your time to go
pick a book.
Yeah, you do it as a family event while the young toddler is doing their Mother Goose stuff.
It's a great support for young mothers or mothers in general as well, or parents, dads too. Everyone is welcome. And so it's a great support and community in itself.
Absolutely, yeah. And the library is a very great tool exposing your children to the world. If you're wanting, every parent I think wants their child to pursue their dreams and follow the paths that interest them and make them happy. Mm-hmm. And to me, the library is the best resource to drop your kid off safely and say, go find what interests you. Go, obviously, depending on their age, you say, or stick to this section, stick to this. But by and large, you could turn your child loose and say, pick any book in here. I don't care what it looks like. What makes you happy? Mm-hmm. Go grab it and read it. And that's how you kids get to learn what they like, find what they, just to have the freedom to say, that picture of that book looks really cool. I want to see what's on the next page, kind of thing. And the library is the best, safest place to do that kind of thing.
Agreed.
So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What else do we got? Anything else we want to cover?
Well, the only thing I haven't mentioned and would like to mention is we have, it's one of our adult programs as well. It's Adult Crafternoon. And that is the second Wednesday of each month at 3 p.m. And people can come in and create with company. That's held in the Makers Space, which is a really interesting space itself. So you can bring your own project that you're working on, whether it's knitting, crocheting, scrapbooking, or any other creative endeavor. If you want to try something different, each month they'll have a little feature guided project. So basic supplies are provided. Okay. And yesterday they had the class and they were doing book folding. So we have some books that get pulled off the shelves that are older or maybe don't get checked out that much. And so they did folding with them.
Okay.
And you can make shapes and, decorations. You can hang them on the wall.
Yeah.
I saw one that was made, and it was a little hedgehog. It was absolutely adorable.
I remember in my when I was in school, we made angels with, I think they used Reader Digest books.
Yeah.
And you'd have to fold. It's pretty tedious labor because you're folding every single page and there's a couple hundred. But by the time that's kind of like the body of the angel and then you put the wing. Yeah, that's kind of, we did a few of those. Those are really cool when they're done. But yeah, it does. It's easy, but it does take a minute. You're doing a lot of folding.
But it's great because you're there chatting with other people. She's usually got some snacks going on.
Yeah.
And then it's a great opportunity for me to say, hey, look at this Glowforge machine or look at this 3D printer.
Come check this out.
Yeah. And then we can have peer supported education. So we have some, real talented artists that can come in and do workshops on some of these machines. And so it's just networking,
Absolutely. Yeah. Just being there. And by the way, I would imagine too, if you're listening and maybe you're in this wheelhouse, you're saying, I would love, please reach out to the library, come by and say, I love what's going on here. Maybe I can offer a weekend class or a weekday something,
that
something
would
like
be fantastic.
that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're always looking for new stuff. And please, if you're, especially with your family, if you're looking for resources or anything, if it's homeschool stuff, STEM related, there's actually learning program packets and things that you can take home for STEM kind of stuff. And so you want to learn a thing about rocketry, here's one on rocketry or whatever that is. There's a bunch of different subjects like that.
Yeah, STEM.
There's so much.
There's a huge New Mexico STEM initiative right now, and they are concentrating on southeast New Mexico, and Roswell is kind of becoming the hub for it, which is fantastic. And they're really investing in our makerspace and the STEM program here. And we were able to purchase some STEM kits. We have the ones that you can check out right now, but they're more for parent and families.
Gotcha.
But these STEM kits are just amazing. Like robotics, coding.
Okay. A little bit more beefier subject.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're going to be able to be available to teachers
in
the community. So they'll be able to come in, get a little certification with me again on the kit itself, and then be able to take them into their classrooms and be doing STEM labs right in the classroom.
Show and tell.
Yeah.
Love that. So again, these are all resources available to you at the library. If you come by, and all of it is free of charge, with as long as you got a library card in good standing. Please
take advantage.
Absolutely. Another thing I want to mention real quick before I let you go is too that always at the Roswell Public Library, thanks to the New Mexico Department of Tourism, there is a pass that allows 6 people free entry into about 20 different historic / art / natural park event type. It could be an art museum, could be it depends. There's about 15 or 20 throughout the state, but it gets them in for free. Like Lincoln, New Mexico is one of the ones right off the top of my head. The Space Museum in Alamogordo is one of them, and you can basically show that pass and get up to 6 people in for free. And I will tell you right now, just Lincoln alone, it's going to cost you about $10 a head. That's $60 you're saving right there, just doing that.
Yeah, that's a great program.
So and it's free of charge, and you check it out much like a library card, a book, but it's only good for 7 days. You can't renew it, and it's first come, first serve. So you might want to check it out like the day before you're going on your trip. But that being said, just to plan a little bit and say, hey, we're going to be in the Santa Fe area. Oh, let me see what's on that list. Oh, there's a museum there we can go check out for free. Let's go grab that, and then
great for families.
Yeah, go to do stuff, and it's all over the state from the northern to southern. It's something in each one there. I think like in the Cruces area, I think the Museum of the Cowboy or something's on there. I feel like the technology that the Nuclear Museum up in Albuquerque's on there. There's a couple good ones. There's a few parks too, like natural parks on there. But go to the library, go to the front desk and ask, and they'll tell you all about it there. So good deal. Did we get it all?
I think we did.
Awesome. Well, great to see you and great to welcome here. And
for the opportunity.
I guess we'll be seeing you more in the months here each month and everything else too.
Excellent.
So,
thanks for the support.
Do you draw the short straw to go rock, paper, scissors? Who gets to come on the radio?
We're scrambling to get here.
That's right. Well, they all do a great job. So, but thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right. It is 9:54. We're going to pause for news. We'll work in sports. A quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Inflation is in retreat, falling to a nearly 5-year low last month. Overall inflation dropped 2.4%. It's not too far from the Fed's 2% target. He's 5'9" or 5'10" of average build. The FBI's newly released description of the suspect in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The suspect is seen in video recorded by a front porch cam at the missing woman's home. SpaceX has launched a crew of 4 heading for the International Space Station. A couple of Americans, a French astronaut, and a Russian will be spending 8 months on the orbiting outpost. Deadly gunfire at a South Carolina university. 2 people killed, 1 injured in yesterday's shooting in a housing area of South Carolina State University in Orangeburg. On Wall Street, the Dow up 128 points. More details, srnnews.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. The Goddard Lady Rockets pulled themselves kind of closer to the top of the district action by upsetting Portales on Tuesday in Portales, 42-23. Well, the Lady Rockets have a shot to do it again against Lovington tonight at 5:30. Lovington comes in 18-6 overall and 3-1 in district, tied with Portales at the top. So we'll see if the Lady Rockets can get it done on the boys' side. Goddard will be this this is a part of a girls-boys doubleheader. The Rockets will be hosting Lovington. Guys, Goddard is 1-3 in district. Meanwhile, Roswell's boys and girls still looking for their first district victory. The girls will be playing at home against Carlsbad. That starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And the guys will be playing at Carlsbad this evening at 7. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
At Ocotillo Family Practice, Pediatrics, and OMED Spa, our team is here for you. Nancy Walker, Fallon Moody, and Tialana Watts are family nurse practitioners offering expert care in family practice, pediatrics, women's health, and aesthetics. Nancy also provides advanced hormone therapy for men and women, including hormone pellet implants that help patients feel their best. Plus, meet Brittany Harrell, our skilled nurse injector, offering a full range of aesthetic procedures to help you look and feel confident. Same-day and walk-in patients are always welcome. Visit Ocotillo Family Practice, Pediatrics, and OMED Spa at 607 West Country Club Road in Roswell. Your family, your health, your beauty, all in one place.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and Dairy Queen on North Main in Roswell has a sweet treat for your sweetheart. Cupid Cakes. That's right, a delicious and delectable Dairy Queen treat, perfectly sliced for two and priced right at a sweet $16.99. Choose chocolate dipped strawberry, red velvet, or customize your cake with any of DQ's Blizzard flavors. It's the perfect treat for two to show your sweetheart just how special they really are. Come in for your Cupid Cakes today from Dairy Queen, 1900 North Main in Roswell. We're happy. Tastes good.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 10 o'clock. That's about going to do it for us. If you missed any part of our show today, I invite you to check it out at your leisure. Just log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel. You'll find them all there. We had Captain Mike Evans from the Salvation Army join us in the 7 o'clock hour talking about their second Saturday of the month, all-you-can-eat breakfast for $10. That's tomorrow at the Salvation Army on College. Don't want to miss that. And, of course, we just had the Roswell Public Library, great conversation there. That's going to do it for us. You're listening to 106.5